Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Yo, salute. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, boy. You good?
Hey, it's your boy, BVO Sports TV. We back with another video, man. And I just want to say this, man. We seen a great press conference yesterday. Shout out to Jake Paul, the #1 star in boxing. Shout out to what's that kid's name? Tank Davis. Shout out to Tank Davis as well. I think it was super exciting to see that press conference. That was probably one of the most cringiest press conferences I've ever seen in my life. Did you guys get a chance to check out that press conference?
I finally went and watched it. Go ahead, Free.
I saw it.
Yeah, I had to go watch it because earlier on B3 show I didn't watch it, and Crush didn't watch it. I don't think Free did either at the time, but I had to go back and watch it because I knew you wanted to talk about it a little bit. So it was very cringe. Yeah, that was weird. And what was that? What was that thing with Jalen Love? What was the deal with that? That was kind of cringe too. Did you see that, BVO and Free?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he snapped on like Jalen, like I F y'all up, something he was saying. Free, did you see that? You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I think he asked about Shakur Stevenson.
Well, that was a reporter that he did that too. But you know what I will say? The funny thing is this, man. Shout out to Tank Davis, because one thing about him, he's the most miserable rich dude I've ever seen in my life. And it just proves money don't unlame a lane. So if you're a lane, no matter how much money you get, what you do, it's just what it is. Shout out to my brother Dankfather, Big Tim Layton in the house.
Shout out,
of course,
brother
my
Mike.
man Mike Rim. You know, Mike Rim always on time, always first.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, hey, Mike Rim, I've been watching a lot of fishing videos, dog. I'm about to get me a pole when I get paid. I'm letting you know. I'm about to get me a pole when I get paid. Because I look at them fishing, man. I didn't know fishing was fun like that.
Yeah, you know, my young boy good at that, BVO. My son's pretty good at fishing.
I go fishing I go fishing all the time. I got my fishing pole and my crab trap in the back.
Where you go at? You got a boat too, Free, or you just kind of
pull? I go on a boat. I got a couple of lakes that I go to and a couple of rivers that I go to. I don't have no boat.
Okay, I can dig it. I got you, Dankfather. Because that's why he snapped on Jalen because he popped dirty for. Okay, so I got you.
Hey, snap on Roy Jones. Stop on Roy Jones Jr. for being dirty. How about y'all do that?
Well, I don't know why he blacked out. He just blacked out though. But you right, BVO. You hit that. That was a perfect term you used. Cringe.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Because when you watch it, I never seen a dude with that much paper. That's just miserable. If you got the money and you miserable like that, brother, you need to get some help. All jokes aside, the thing that really got me was, I don't know if you guys heard, he won a 10-minute tirade, which is our first topic, going right to our first topic, which was a 10-minute tirade of him saying how fans need to do this, fans need to do that. It's like, come on, bro. You should be grateful for your fans. I heard it from, I listened to one of my favorite guys, and he said something I'll never forget. He said, only in boxing you see guys go out their way, whether it's Pastor Ward, Shakur Sanchez, they go out their way to dog the sport and to dog the fans. I don't understand what's this whole thing of forget the fans and all. I don't know. Y'all don't have a paycheck without us. So it's just, I hate guys that do what Tank is doing because he need to be appreciative that people want to come see him. It's just me. That's just me. If you gonna have fans, man, just thank God you got them. My man Mike Rim said, going fishing just like smoking crack. It's addictive, and it
Yeah,
gets you out the house.
that's what
You
my
ain't
son
lying, man.
said.
You ain't
Look,
lying, man.
he said it's
And
very addictive.
I seen them green worms. I said, oh, I gotta get me a pole. I gotta get me a pole.
Yeah,
When
brother Tim, I'm in South Jersey too.
hey,
Yeah.
when you do that, make sure you get a fishing license. Hey, you
Oh
will
yeah, yeah. You
get
gotta pay your
fined.
$20. Yeah, or they give you a fine. But I'll say this: just watching the whole press conference, it was funny a little bit because I had never realized that, man, like that dude Tank needs some help. I mean, it was just cringe worthy. What you think I want free and prize? I'll let you guys
I let
open
Free
this
go
show.
first.
I mean, to be honest with you, it looked like it was kind of staged.
Hmm.
Um, like when Jake Paul came out with the clowns, it was almost like he knew that Tank Davis was going to call him a clown.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, he brought clowns out on the stage. I'm like, this
Hmm.
this joint don't even look real. This joint look like it's staged. Like they
Yeah,
plan to do this.
yeah. What about you, prize? What do you think?
yeah, same thing. I thought like Free said it was kind of staged because like when that word clown came up, then two clowns came on stage, and
Hmm.
I thought that was like the cue the clowns. You know what I mean? It's like wrestling, man. Like this is bad, man. It was cringe. That's a
Yeah.
perfect term. It was just
When I seen them bring the
downright
clowns out, that
cringe.
was crazy.
That was
That was crazy.
corny. And shout
I
out to
I
Camden
was looking.
County and Atlantic County, brother
I
Tim.
ain't gonna lie. I was looking for Bug Eyes when I seen the clowns come out. I thought Bug Eyes was gonna come out and
Yeah,
start dancing or something. Cause I
juggling.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on in boxing.
It's
And a
wrestling.
guy I don't particularly care for, Ryan Garcia said it best. Boxing's the new WWE. It
Man, we've
really
been
has come
saying
to
that.
that.
F Ryan, we've been saying that
Yeah,
way before he.
it's definitely becoming new WWE because you seeing like just goofy stuff going. Like to tell you the truth, then when you hear somebody ask Tank about fighting his contemporaries, which is going to our next thing, the attitude and the smugness he had as if, how dare you ask me to fight and I'm a professional fighter. It was just like I almost couldn't believe what I was watching, man. It was crazy to me. What did you think about it, Freak?
Well, I mean, he
World
told
Boxing
y'all
Entertainment.
he told, he, he told y'all when he was about to fight Lamar Rose. Don't ask
That's
him about Shakur
WBE.
Stevenson. He's like, he said, don't ask me no questions about Shakur Stevenson. So, I mean, he let you know he don't want to talk about Shakur. So, I mean, why would you bring it up if he told you he don't want to talk about him? You still ask him about the same person they said he don't want to talk about. So, I mean,
Yeah. I just
me personally, Tank, the way that Tank is moving, the way that Tank is talking, it's almost like he's telling people stop being fans of the fighter and be fans of the sport. Stop being fans of the fighter. Be fans of the sport. That's pretty much what he's telling you. Y'all putting so much faith into these fighters, and when they don't do what you want, what you expect them to do, or what you would like them to do, you get upset. But you got to understand that these fighters are going to do what they feel is best for their self. They're not doing it what's best for the fans. They're doing what's best for themselves. Now you have some that move the correct way. You have some that don't. But if you're fans of the sport, you can recognize what's what and keep it moving. That's why I say I don't. Whatever Tank do is what Tank do. I'm not a fan of Tank Davis. I like the sport of boxing. I'm not a fan of Tank Davis. I like what I see him in the ring. I like to see him fight his contemporary. But if he's not doing that, I'm not gonna get upset and get all bent out of shape. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, he's not fighting him. Okay, let me go pay attention to somebody else that I want to pay attention to.
what you got on the price?
Say it again
I said, what you got on it?
about. Ask the question again.
Hold on, my bad. Go ahead, Freak. I was doing something while you was doing it. My
Yeah,
bad.
because I had stepped away real quick. But yeah, brother Tim
No,
Layton, WBE, World Boxing Entertainment. That's what we calling it from
Now
now
he
on.
was asking, what you think about Tank Davis getting upset about them asking him about
Oh
Shakur?
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, he acted like a. I don't want to. Let me try to be. He acted corny with that. Like I'd have been like, man, well, let me get past this fight and then ask me the next. Then we can talk about that after I get past this fight. You don't got to throw a hissy fit and a tantrum and a snap and all that. But like Free said, they can do what they want. He can say what he want. But I don't know why he gets so sensitive when Shakur and Devin and certain people names come up. You know, he gets pissed off, man, and he lashes out at his fans. And y'all spent so much energy into this guy where he don't even respect y'all. So I don't care about the thing. Like earlier, I told you I don't care about this. You know what I mean? We none of us watched it. We had to go back and watch it. So and they're gonna have more press conference, and then it was just downright bad. Like people going in about Tank, the way he talk and stuff. You know, it was just downright bad. I don't know what else to say. Free.
The bad part, it's a lot of love in Baltimore too. I mean, Baltimore is one of them cities where, man, it's a lot of love there, and to see a dude just be so angry, it's almost like, what is he angry about? What
That's
did
what I'm
they?
trying to say. Why he snapped?
I
Shout
mean,
out GD. But why he snapped?
oh no, did we have GD come hang out with the brothers?
We got
I
brother
know,
GD in the building.
I know. Oh, hold on, we done made it. We
Smash
got
it like
GD
we
hanging out
we
with
on
us, man.
fire now.
Hold on, let me get back on camera, man. I got GD in the house now. You know he don't mess with blacks. And
That's
shout out,
crazy.
shout out to my guy, the young soldier GD, man. Because I know GD, man. I know he's seen that press conference. All I'll say is this, man. I don't really care about the fight, and that's the sad part because boxing is my favorite sport, man. So to see, I don't know, man. To see Tank act like that, that was a crash out to
That
me,
was
man.
corny. It was corny.
I was an absolute crash out, and I'll just say this, man. Going forward, I'm probably gonna limit my consumption of Tank stuff because if you don't appreciate people who got love for you, what can you do? Shout out to my man Sheldon. Said howdy, Tara babies. You a wild boy, son.
That's crazy.
You know?
Shelton, his Showtime Shelton with them shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
That gonna be having
Hey,
them
look how
diamonds, bro.
Sheldon did his thing, but that dude's a nut, man.
Yeah, them
Um,
shorts. Every time they come down my timeline, boy, them joints have me in cool. I swear they good.
that's how I knew we made it when I seen him make some of me. So shout out to my
That
man.
was a real good one.
Our brother had me jumping up and down. Did you see that free?
Yeah, that was excellent work.
No, I didn't say it.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I got
hilarious. You got to go check that one out. Free. Shelton got this video of BVO. It's pretty entertaining. You need to go check that out. Oh, matter of fact, all y'all check that out. It's funny.
yeah, I like Showtime Show, and that's pretty good.
Showtime Shelton. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Remember I said it first. Showtime Shelton with the fire shorts. You know what I mean?
but you know what? You know what's funny? Moving on to the next thing. I'm
You
gonna ask
like
you
that,
guys.
huh? You remember prized? I put you on with that. You know
Let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think about Alicia Bungardner getting back in the ring? I thought that she's not undisputed anymore. They took a WBC title from her. What do you
who
guys think
did?
about the WBC?
Took whose title? Bumgarner?
Alicia Bungardner, yeah, she got the WBA, the IBF, and what else? The WBO. So she don't got the WBA or the WBC. So I don't know what happened
What
with that.
happened with that?
I don't know. I was trying to look more into it before the show started. It didn't say,
Yeah,
but that's crazy that she's
Maybe,
missing all them titles.
that's D
maybe,
free. That's D free lane. And
maybe they stripped her.
let me
Yeah,
see why. I'm gonna try to find out.
the
Yeah,
WBC, I know they stripped WBC stricter for sure. I don't know why the WBA was stricter, but I don't know. That's kind of hard, man, because we trying to push that she's the GOAT, but the GOAT got to have all the titles, man. They got to have all the titles,
you
man.
pushed her at the goal.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about
That
to say.
ain't just me that thinks she the GOAT. It's a lot of people think that, bro.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people, man. But going into our
no
next
doubt,
thing,
no doubt, Mr. Shelton, no doubt.
let me ask you guys something. What do you guys think about in boxing? I had a good conversation earlier with some guys, man. What do you think about in boxing when you hear guys are kind of like jumping to conclusions and saying, hey, because Tank is this, that means he's that. Um, is it just me or just Tank is just your normal bratty rich guy? What do you guys think about Tank?
I don't know. I don't know him enough to really think nothing of
I'm
him.
talking
You
from
know,
what we see in the public eye. I feel like in the public eye he comes off as very bratty. What do you guys say?
I think he comes off strange sometimes. You don't know what kind of mood he gonna be in. Like I said, if I seen um your boy Emiliano Vargas out and about, I'd speak to him. If I seen uh Gary Russell or one of the brothers, Boots or somebody, I'd speak to them. If I seen Tank out in public, and I wouldn't speak to them, 'cause I wouldn't speak to him. I don't know how he gonna act. You know what I mean? And if I got my daughter and stuff, and his boys might act crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I would just keep it pushing past them Baltimore boys, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have that same kind of person. He don't got that seem like a friendly personality. Because if I
Yeah.
ask him, yo, like, man, when you gonna fight Shakur, he might snap on me. You know what I'm saying? But like I when I seen Danny Garcia, when I sat with him and Angel at the fights in Philly at man, I asked Danny. I said, "Yo, Dan," I said, "Dan, you gonna fight Laura? What's up with Laura, man?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm working on it now. With Al, I'll say I'm gonna get it. He gonna have a date for me soon." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Cool." I said, "Cause I said, we think you can beat him, even though I really didn't think you could beat him." But I was like, he was very friendly. So was Angel. Angel
I
was
Was
lit.
that
told
what
him
was that
stop.
that picture of Angel? Was that Angel when hold on one second. Was that Angel who was rubbing his fingers through your hair?
What?
No,
What? What?
I'm
What?
joking.
What
I'm
would make you
joking,
think?
man. I'm joking.
What would make you think of that though? That is
Hey,
crazy.
hey, cause it looked like you just rubbing your hair way
I mean, yeah,
behind you, man.
no, I'm pretty sure. There's
I'm
a bunch of
just
men in
joking.
there. You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
We gotta have some
No,
fun,
I
man.
mean,
Of course, no doubt.
Tank Davis remind me. I mean, he 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 he's a star,
Hmm.
a celebrity that pays attention to too much social media. Okay,
Yes.
this is a product of somebody that's always on social media. Shakur is similar to that way. Shakur is similar that way. He's not quite on the level of Tank Davis because Shakur, I don't think Shakur has that big of a fan base as Tank Davis, but he's similar. But this is what happens when you pay attention to too much social media. You seeing all the stuff that people are saying about you because you're paying attention to social media. If he wasn't on social media, I think he'd be a little more friendly and a little more open. But because he sees all of the negativity stuff that people say about him, he looks at everybody that they could potentially be the people that's putting that stuff out there in social media. So that's why
Hmm.
that's what I come on. He's trying to hold his guard up because he don't know who's the people that's saying this stuff about him because he don't know these people personally. He just see them on social media. He just see the Twitter page, the Twitter posts and things like that. So he don't know exactly who these people are that's saying it. He just see the post that people put up and they say some negative stuff about him or whatever. So when you see that, you got to put your guard up because you don't know who it is. You don't want to be friendly, and this is the same person that's talking behind your back.
Right. That's a fire shirt, by the way, D Free. But nevertheless, like I don't know, I wouldn't speak to the boy like you said. He don't see me. You see me in public, don't talk to me. That's crazy. I never heard him say that, but if he said that, that's crazy. Like I wouldn't talk to that nigga if I seen him. I would talk to probably everybody except for Tio and Ryan, Tank. I probably wouldn't speak to them, but everybody else I probably speak to. Like when I was at the fights not too long ago, when I went to see Keith Cologne and Johnny Rivera fight. I seen J Rock out there. I spoke to him. He spoke back. He was real friendly. You know what I'm saying? And so like I spoke to Hammer and Hank Lundy. He was cool. You know what I mean? So certain fighters, man, I would speak to, but him, I wouldn't, bro.
Yeah, it is sad because he seemed like a nice fellow, man.
I mean, if like Free said, I think Free nailed it right there. Like I think Boy be on social media too much. I think the boy be like looking at Instagram too much with little fingernail emojis and snapping. You know what I'm saying? He need to stay off of that stuff, man. I wouldn't read the comments. You know what I
Did
mean?
you guys see that purse he had next to him? Look like
Oh,
a purse you
no,
would buy your wife, man.
no.
He had a big green purse by him. I don't understand why he carrying purses now. I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's
I
it's
mean,
it's weird, man.
that's their style. That's the
It's a
style of these
fashion.
young dudes nowadays.
Yeah,
No, free. I said a purse, bro. I just know about his clothes.
No, that's their style of the young dudes these days.
they
He
wear
ain't the
bag
only one. I
man
see a lot
bags.
of these dudes. out here in the industry that's walking around with these big old purses. I'm like, no, that y'all do realize that's a purse. That's not no daggone mail
It's
bag
not
or no
right.
briefcase or
Yo,
anything.
James Harden had a Birkin bag, bro. I'm like, dang, the girls. See,
I
these
see a
dudes,
lot of them
they want to
dudes
make the
in the
girls jealous of them.
NBA and in the NFL. A lot of them young dudes, that's their style. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it's
Who
going with it,
started
but I don't like it.
it? Yo, like I said, James Harden had a Birkin bag. These dudes be trying to make females jealous. Shout out Vacay. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. She give her that pocketbook. Give Vacay that Birkin bag. Like these dudes running around here with like pocketbooks for real, like pocketbooks. They don't care no more. And then I seen the brothers in Atlanta trying to start this skirt trend thing. I don't even want to go down this lane, BBO. Let's keep it boxing, cause this is come. I mean, free. Let's keep it boxing free. While BBO get his audio together.
Salute the Shay, salute the I can't, I missed her name, sorry. But salute to everybody coming to the chat. I'll say
Yeah,
this though.
smash the like, subscribe to the channel, become a
One
channel
thing,
member. It's $2.99.
the
Cup of
only
coffee.
thing I'm surprised about, man, is just really, man, they haven't even announced no fights. Who do you think is gonna be on that card? Only one I heard was Alicia Bungan. I
Nah,
ain't gonna.
Antoine's on there.
Is he fighting?
He's
Is he
fighting.
fighting Africa for sure?
No, not Africa. He's fighting. What's his name? Free. We was talking about it earlier. What's the bull name? I think he's like
I don't know
21
this.
and
I
0.
don't know his name. D3 know his name. I don't know his name.
Yeah, B3
Also,
no.
it must be a mandatory then. It must be a mandatory. I'm kind of excited to see Gary Antoine back, and shout out to
Yeah,
Free
for
because
sure.
Free did call out. I think he is getting back active, so that's super exciting, man.
Right. That's why I don't even care who the opponent was. I'm just glad he getting the paycheck and getting his mandatory out of the way. This you can consider this toward the end of the year. So he
Mhm.
probably won't fight no more the rest of the year, and he can just sit back and wait for this some of them other because I want to see the 140 pounds unify. You feel me? Like so he can he go get this fight out the way. He'll be in the driver's seat next year.
No,
I
he
would.
won't be in the driver's seat because you
Well, I
still
want him.
got you got Shakur and Shakur Sanchez and Tio about to fight, so they got bigger names than him and kind of more they're more accomplished too. So I won't say he's
Well,
the biggest
He
name.
can fight Hitchison then. That's a good
No,
unification.
ain't nobody worried about T.O. T.O. don't want to fight no daggone Antoine. I told y'all what it was from the beginning.
Dude, they
T.O. ain't
like they're
gonna
like
want
they
to fight.
best friends, bro. They're like they best friends, Free. I hear what you're
I
saying, but
don't, you keep saying they
they
act like they best friends. Antoine keeps telling you he want to get in the ring with these guys. T.O. act like they're he's best friends, not
Shout
Antoine.
out hard hitter. Shout out team
T.O. said
RHC.
he said he want to get
Peace.
in the ring. He said all these dudes are scared. They don't want to get in the ring. He wants to get in the ring with him.
He's the best at that division to me. I don't think well if Shakur goes up to 140 and then it'll
he's
be
not better
different.
than Shakur, bro.
Right
Stop.
now, right I didn't say that. I said right now until Shakur fights at that weight and officially right
Mhm.
now Antoine I think he's the best in that division. When Shakur move up there then we got to see. You know what I mean? That's a good fight.
I
Antoine
mean,
Also,
Shakur.
you can believe Shakur is better or whatever. I mean,
Oh, shout out that's brother
brother
Bernard.
Bernard, shoot to my
Yeah,
man,
shout
brother
out brother
Bernard.
Bernard. Yeah, in the house.
You know,
Yeah, so
or
that's a
as we
good
call it,
fight.
as we call him Bernie. No,
I'm calling him brother Bernard. You know what I
but
mean?
I'll say this though. The thing that's kind of funny about the whole fight with Shakur is I think Shakur might watch T.O. man. That's gonna be tough, man. And then if he go down from 35, which I doubt he will, back to 35, it just shows you, man. Nobody wanted to see Shakur from the gate, man. He's a
I'm gonna
monster.
beat your ass.
Say it again.
No, I was talking to my dog. My bad.
Oh no, that would be super cool. He said Antoine just so strong for that weight class. Period. I don't know, man. I can't go off one performance, man. I gotta see it again.
Man,
I gotta see it again, y'all. I'm just
I
being
think,
real.
bro, I think he can. I don't think he can do everything. He can box. He can go in there and brawl. He can do both, bro. So I think, like, skill wise, he's the best in there right now. Right now, Tio's pretty skilled too. You know, even though I hate him, but And Africa's he cool, but I don't think they can beat Antoine. I think Antoine will rough them up. He's a big 140 pounder, bro.
I still to this day don't understand why he ain't moved up yet, bro. Like why is he not at 47? I wanted to see him at
We got a
47.
belt right now. It's more money in 40 than 47. He can make the weight. He has no issues. So why not? It's more money at 40. It's no money.
Says
It's no
who?
money.
Says
Says
who?
there's more names in 40. Who's in 47? He gonna beat up.
You got Devin. You got Devin. You got
You got Devin and Brian, and after that,
Barrios. You got Barrios.
come on,
Man, and y'all keep sleeping on Rolly, man. Rolly gonna knock somebody out. Y'all gonna have to give him his respect, man. Rolly's that dude, man. Rolly's
man,
that guy,
He
man.
ain't say, he
man.
ain't say, he ain't say nothing about beating Rolly. He said the money. He said
Yeah,
there's more money at
it's
40
more money
than
at
it is
40, bro.
47. You talking about who's going to win? He didn't say nothing about who's going to win. He said the money.
So
I want
so
to see. Go ahead, BVO.
no, so I just want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys get tired of all the tune up? I feel like that's all boxing is now is tune up. Tune up here, tune up there, tune up here, tune up there. I don't know, man. If I see another tune up, man, I feel like I'm a scream, bro.
Well, I'm going for the young dogs like Gary, who has to do who's doing a mandatory, and after that, it's sky's the limit next year. You know what I mean? I want to see him in a big fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some guys like it's more money at 40, and we got to watch these guys and see if they're gonna duck them. And when they duck Gary, we're gonna come up here. We're gonna
Why is
talk
Gary
about it.
not calling out Emiliano?
Why would he
Emiliano,
call out Miliano?
wow,
Miliano is beneath him. Why would he call
yeah,
out somebody that's beneath him? He
That's
calls
a
out
big
people that
fight.
no. You call out people that is in front of you, and that is not a big fight.
salute,
A
You
brother
big
call out
fight.
Curtis.
you don't call out people that's below you. So would you would Shakur Stevenson get praised for calling out, let's say, uh I don't know, calling out daggone Moulton? No, he ain't getting no praise for calling out Moulton. That he's beneath him. That's
No,
not nobody that's in front of you.
you gotta call out the stars.
You gotta call out people that's in front of you. It's the people that's in front of you that you call out. The people that's behind you call you out. You don't call out people that's below you. You call out people that's in front of you.
Suit to my brother Curtis Robinson over there. Free. We seen Shakur call Willie Zepeda out every chance he got, and he was the champion. Every chance he got.
Williams Shakur was moving up to that division. He was moving up. He was in front of Shakur. He was moving up to that division.
Yeah, correct.
But he got a belt first. He had a belt calling him out. It was like when Andre was calling
It
out
was
Canelo.
no. He called out Williams and Pater moving up to the division. Williams and Pater ducked him, and that's when he started saying the stuff that he wanted to fight Williams and Pater. He ducked him. He wanted to fight Pitbull Cruz. He ducked him. He wanted to fight this one. He ducked him. He was letting you know all of the people that he tried to fight moving up to that division that ducked him. He called out Williams and Pater coming up to the division.
Yeah,
Just going. I feel what you're saying. I think I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'm not gonna fight you on that one. I'm gonna say this while we got my man brother Bernard on here. I'm
shout
starting
out,
to
brother
think,
B.
man. I'm starting to
What up,
think.
fam?
Me and brother Bernard had this conversation, but I'm starting to think these young guys are scared of Jaleel, man, because I bought up. I ain't gonna bring up the fighter's name, but I bought his name up to somebody. I bought him on the show, and the man's father called me. So shout out to brother Bernard for actually being telling the
Man,
truth.
we we not gonna limit it to no one person. We not gonna call nobody names. We gonna say that father cared a lot about his son, which he's supposed to do. And I've been saying to you, BVO, for well over a year, almost a year and a half, you
Yeah.
will not get one fighter of my son's generation in his weight class, whatever weight class that is, that will call him out. They whisper his name. I'm telling you, they do not want that smoke. It don't matter who they are. Nigga, I fuck with Xander. Xander, I think will fight anybody, but they done put duct tape on his mouth, gorilla tape, and they put two motherfucking managers in front of him, and they put a promoter in front of him. They run this private security for sure. And what I tell you, BBO, I told you a couple of weeks ago. I said, Slim, the minute we start barking his name, I told you the exact person. They're gonna go get Santillan, who the last time we really saw him, Brian Norman was crossing him out with a magic marker flat on his face to 154. We talking about a man who wasn't at 54, and then all of a sudden he's ranked in the top 10 at 54, and they're gonna bring him out. The minute we may think about that, and we said that the Puerto Rican fans, who we respect 100% for this boxing shit, they not going to ordain you the next Trinidad until you actually fight levels of Trinidad. Now Xander say, I don't want to fight Santillan. Oh, ain't that amazing? I don't want to fight Santillan. I want to unify. Now, if he unifies, I take my hands off. So that's a great fight. I think that's something that I can go for in the Puerto Rican public. But do you think a boxer is going to go to Puerto Rico where he need a knockout and face Xander? Hell no.
No.
Xander gonna still be looking for a dance partner. And once again, when he don't have a dance partner, we made it 100% clear. We'll go to Puerto Rico and knock him out. I guess he might. Hey, shout out to his manager, but I guess he must have got mad at him because he signed with Bad Bunny. His manager might have said, "Hey, that might not be a bad look if we can't get nobody else. Hackett willing to come to motherfucking Puerto Rico." He said like Donald Trump, "You're fired." he went to Bad Bunny. That man went to Bad Bunny.
That's crazy.
And what you say? You said, man, if the steam pick up about it, then we'll give it conversation. I said, y'all control the steam. Now that the Puerto Ricans, and shout out to them for reposting that shit, now it's getting steam. Like, hold up, champ. You say you looking for an opponent, but you got a worthy motherfucker right here in front of you that knows he got to knock you out. So what do you think? Like I said, everybody from my son's generation, they always want to throw up, why don't you fight Boots? Why don't you fight the Charlos? Hold up, why don't I fight you?
Yeah, because I thought of Brandon Adams. But let me hop in on this real quick because we gotta talk about this. So shout out to my man Curtis Robinson. I heard Tank say something about Jake Paul if his urine comes up dirty. You know, I guess Tank said he was gonna F somebody up. You ain't effing nobody up, bro. You ain't effing nobody up. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Jake Paul, and I'm from Cleveland. I thought Jake Paul been dirty because if you look at him, the dude that's I don't know. That's not for working out. You don't get in. That dude got in shape overnight. I don't know about that, but what do you think about that, Freak? About the whole thing with people giving Jake Paul a hard time because of his or possibly saying he said he don't want to take a drug test. What do you think?
You said he don't want to take a drug test?
Well, he was talking about possibly not having drug testing in this exhibition.
That would be crazy.
I mean, they shouldn't drug test him. It's an exhibition.
Why shouldn't they?
Yeah, it's still expensive.
It's expensive to drug test, Free. That's not free.
Man, Jake Paul got all that money.
If it's an exhibition, why are they gonna say we're gonna tell who a winner or loser is? If you saying who a winner or a loser, then drug testing got to be part of it.
There you go.
I don't know about that, man. If we just having some fun in the ring, you should drug test. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if Jake Paul pop up dirty, it's gonna make him look really bad, and I don't think he should do that. He should.
He better.
For the type of money that's floating around, even if he pop up dirty, we'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, if you having any type of physical activity where, like Coach said, if you having a winner or loser, and you're dealing with guys where there is a possibility that somebody can take some PEDs or take something to enhance their performance, there should be a drug test. Like you said, if there's going to be a winner or loser, there should be a drug test.
I mean, if you look at Jake Paul, he looks like he's been dirty, man. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
If you big and this is a smaller man and you should be able to beat him easily the way you say it, what would be the point of not taking a drug test? Why would you need performance enhancing drugs?
Well, see, now y'all just picking on Jake because he's not a boxer, bro. So now he got
a professional record. What are you talking about? He's not a boxer.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Hey,
about?
y'all dudes is harsh, man. Y'all trying to make it
How's
seem
that
like it's
harsh,
drug
BVO? He has
testing.
a
You was
professional.
the
He has
one
a
that
box
pointed
rec.
out that Jake Paul is ranked this in the professional ranking. He's
You ready
ranked
for him to
this.
fight
He's
for a
ranked it, but
belt?
now he's not a boxer.
You said
No,
you want
no.
him to fight for a belt.
What I'm saying is, we heard. Now let's just be real here. We heard uh plenty of Olympic guys tell us about how strenuous the drug testing is. They want addresses, everything when you
Hold on.
doing drug testing.
Then we just had this conversation yesterday, and you were talking about Bud Crawford not taking drug testing and all this stuff.
Hold on. I did
Oh
not.
man,
No. I
there
said
you go.
his performance looked enhanced. I didn't say he was no
That's
dirty fighter. He just looked enhanced. That's all I said.
he
Okay,
looked
so
God gifted to me.
Man, you
what
need
I'm
to cut
saying
it out, BVO.
No.
Moving that goalpost, man. You moving the
what's the difference?
goalpost again, man.
What's the difference?
Hold on. What do you, my man Kurt Robinson said the commission has to catch wait to see what they want
They
on the
want on their
record. That's
records.
right. Hey, all I know is this, man. Y'all dudes is being harsh. Y'all trying to make a non-professional. Well, I don't know, man. Drug test is
And
extreme.
then we have a question.
You said again?
No, I was saying then we have a then one of the questions you had yesterday was do content creators, do fans want to pick and choose who they
Oh, here
who
we
they
go.
criticize?
Here we go. Hold on. I've criticized Jake Paul before. Y'all trying to make it seem like I'm a homer. I've criticized Jake Paul before. All I'm saying is if you think about it, this is kind of extreme. Now they're trying to say he dirty and all that. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if Jake Paul is clean because I've never seen nobody have the kind of body transformation he had overnight. That doesn't happen. He said every fighter goes to the hospital after fight, win or lose.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's a
that's
fact. But
true. That's true. That's true. But you know what? Forget that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Why I got my brother Bernard here, I'm gonna ask you something real quick, brother Bernard. So when we talk about boxing, how important is drug testing to you?
Drug testing to me is one of the top standard pieces, and I'm saying that from having a big fight. If a big fighter takes a lot out of himself to make weight, a smaller fighter may take less out, or a guy moving up may not have to take any out. As the guy that's taking the most out, I want to make sure that he's not trying to level my size playing field by enhancing himself when I'm already killing myself to make the weight. And I'm not going to say the man's body transformed overnight. And the reason I say that, because my son big. My son is huge. Anybody that see my son when he not fighting, they be like, he is fucking huge. He lifts weights. He likes to lift weights. He lifts weights for football guys. And then when it's time to make weight for the fight, he transformed. We ain't never had nothing near a dirt. Nothing near the amateurs or the pros. But once again, when you're saying somebody is dirty, if you think about it, you basically accuse them of cheating. And if I don't cheat, then why I'm not hitting y'all with defamation lawsuits? Because most people are guilty in the public eye before they ever proven guilty with evidence.
Shoot to my brother Claymore, man, my big bro Clay. Shoot to Clay, man. Clay still rubbing it in that I was wrong about Canelo. Bernard done it. We're gonna have him on soon. Brian Senior done it. Hey, I was wrong. I didn't realize Bud would come out like super nigga and beat up Canelo. So
that's crazy.
I just want to say
That was
y'all was
crazy.
right. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that.
He was the
But
only one that went against Bud.
what I seen the dude
He,
put up
he
my
ain't the
brand new
only one. He
shit.
always go against the brotherhood, man. He always go against the brotherhood.
all I say is this. I think we gotta have a clean sport. And I know what you mean when you say some guys are big and they can lose weight. I'm just saying when I look at Jake Paul, something don't seem right in this whole equation. No matter how it goes, I think it's a win-win for Tank. It's a win-win for Jake because this really is the biggest fight that they could probably make. I mean, because anybody would have took that kind of money to fight, man. Anybody would have took anybody would have took that kind of money to fight. But to be honest with you, man, when I seen the press conference yesterday, and I'm not gonna be like everybody else and lie and say I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it and pay for it. I just was looking at the fight like, dang, what are we doing as a sport? Because Wouldn't I rather see Xander Zayas, Jaleel? Wouldn't I rather see Errol Spence come back versus Virgil Ortiz in Dallas? You know what I mean? There's so many other fights to be made, and it's like they purposely looking for like cartoon fights. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This Tank fight is going to be massive because people I know who don't watch boxing keep asking me about it because they know I cover boxing. I think it's
Hey, brother, cut it out. Let me tell you something. I'm a Jake Paul fan in the sense of if he don't come to this sport, what he's brought to this sport would be in a negative situation. And when I say a negative, if he bought a +6, we'd be at a -2. The man is the best fight to make because he can bring in the people who put their butts in seats. Don't get this twisted. And me and you talk BVO. I talk with a couple other dudes that got podcasts. If Jake Paul was small and told everybody in boxing, I want to fight Xander Zayas, even with his lack of experience, his lack of ability, y'all would be riding that shit like the first mule out the barn. But when a qualified fighter says it, y'all want to dismiss it. You all are so hypocritical when it comes to against and with Jake Paul. The man is doing something where I looked at Mike Tyson fight. If I'm not mistaken, Mike said I made 20 million. We talking about a past his prime Mike and a brand new novice to open class amateur fighting as pros, and they're making that type of money. Let me be honest with you. This game is called the fight game, but it's also the game of entertainment. That is what they pay for the most, entertainment. Secondly, they pay for bloodshed. They're not going to have no situation where Jake Paul can get flatlined in the middle of a ring and cut off the financial reservoir. Let's keep it real at what it is. I respect what Jake Paul doing because, once again, he helping another man make millions. I respect what Tank is doing because he helping another man make millions. At the end of the day, let's start applauding self-made millionaires for working with other self-made millionaires to enhance their financial ability. Only thing a fighter should be mad about is if they're not on that card and there was the potential for them to be, because you're going to get an all eyes on me situation. Look at Jake Paul cards. When the preliminary bouts are fighting, they got people there. You look at other preliminary bouts, we only came to see one fight. It's as empty as 99% of churches on Sunday. Man, come on, bro. I mean, keep it real. What the man doing for the sport of boxing is nothing but bringing attention to the sport. Like I said, the only people that should be mad is if you ain't on the card. If they called my son for a fight on that card, man, we would have been like, let's do it. Why? Because you're getting the attention. You gotta applaud Jake Paul. You gotta applaud Tank for giving boxing something that nobody else would give. Name another guy at 30, 35, 40 that would even consider taking this fight. You can't find one. No, so I'm looking at it from the financial standpoint. If they told my son he could fight Jake Paul and Jake Paul was gonna give him $20 million, we fighting them out. And whatever stipulations they put on it, I wouldn't care if they said he can use clenbuterol, bad stinks, and a goddamn syringe. Nigga, I'll bring them to him because I'm gonna make the type of money I never seen. At the end of the day, you got world-class fighters. We saw in Billy and was Rodriguez, the young man that fought. They fought a world-class top-level war. You think they saw anything of $1 million or $2 million? Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
If you want us to respect the game, y'all got to play the game even. That's all I'm saying.
My man Curtis said a lot of Tank looked bored at the press conference, and he said a lot of questions was asked. That's why he didn't answer them. I'll just say this. I don't know what Tank was so mad about. That's the thing I don't understand. Like when he was in the Frank Martin fight, Prize remembers this. Me and Prize laughed about this all the time. Mm-hmm. He was engaging, he was funny. It's like in this one, he was so angry that somebody asked him about fighting Shakur Sanchez. It's like, bro, we just seen Shakur really beat the life out of Zepeda, and we thought Zepeda was going to win. Some of us did, and he went in there and watched it.
I've been in camp with Tank. I've been on the press tour with Tank when they doing all this stuff before. Slim in his zone. Slim when Slim know what this means for whether you say it's a real fight, a not real fight, whatever. The man does not want to see a blemish on his record in the loss section. He locking in because this is the biggest physical man he's ever fought. And Jake Paul, honestly, he should be more worried that he locking in like this because you can train your body, you can get as big and as strong as you want to, but you can't prepare your chin for a motherfucker who practices hitting niggas on the chin and getting them out of here.
So you think a dude 135 can really hit a 200-pound dude and knock him down?
I'm gonna say this. It's on YouTube. Jalil done hit dudes 220, 230, and he was at 180. And them niggas done. Done. We actually have a clip on there, a heavyweight that Jalil sparred. Jared Hurd had to step up on the ring like, whoa, stop, Jalil. Once again, because the man was in peril, supreme danger. Tank is a man who has for at least 25 years or more been practicing the art of destroying the human body. Jake Paul has been trying to learn the art of boxing. Those two different art classes. Those two different art. One doing Picasso, the other one doing Beetle Bear. So if he turned that shit over, if Tank turned that shit over with the hook, or he rock off and fire that uppercut, that man could be in a world of shit that he ain't never been in. Shit, Mike Tyson hit him with some shit and we was wondering, hey, what the fuck going on? So once again, we gotta be real. We gotta be real with it. You can train everything in your whole body, but you can't train a chin to take a world-class shot in 3 years.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I was thinking about. I just was you know what? The fight I loved by Tank was him versus Mario Barrios because of just the size difference. And I don't know if Tank can bring that out, but it's just like, I don't know. With Jake Paul, I feel like it's something up his sleeve because he always seemed, and I always get a kick out. He always got something up his sleeve. If he knocks Tank out cold, what you think happens then? What you guys think, Prize and Freak?
My bad. I was on mute. If he
Y'all boys
knocks
quiet
Tank out,
today. Go
no.
ahead.
I was on mute. If he knocked Tank out, that would be crazy. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like he's gonna go on a tour, a crazy worldwide tour. But I think it's gonna be like wrestling. I don't think it's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? How's it like? This is so weird, and it's just, I get it because of the money, but like, how's this gonna look? You know what I mean? I seen Tank spar bigger guys before, but I mean, Jake Paul is a big dude, young boy. But if he knocks him out, that would be just Jake Paul. Jake Paul gonna go on a worldwide tour. He gonna be on a high horse, man. It's gonna be crazy. But I don't think it happens. It's not
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
if Jake Paul knocks Tank Davis out, it's part of boxing. You got a small guy going in there with a bigger guy. Boxing, anybody can knock out anybody if they get hit with the right punch. So it wouldn't be something unusual by Jake Paul knocking Tank Davis out. If you think it's unusual, then you just don't know what you're watching because this is boxing. Anybody can get knocked out. I don't care what your name is. If you are a boxer in that sport and you get hit with the right punch, you can go to sleep.
Hey, let me ask this question of y'all. Two-part question. Part number one. Would you bet on the gold medalist at the heavyweight division in the Olympics? Would you bet on him against Tank?
Say that again, brother B.
Would you bet on the fighter who won the gold medal in the Olympics at heavyweight? Would you bet on him in a 10-round fight against Tank Davis?
No.
No, I would say no.
So if you won't bet on the Olympic gold medalist for the Olympics against Tank in a 10-round fight, why are we having so much discussion about a man who's tired in most of his fights against older fighters after round three. Did anybody watch the fight between Tank and Rolly Romero? Tank made him
Yeah.
chase him until the rounds when Rolly started getting tired. Then he put him to sleep. Come on, man. Y'all not being once again, y'all not being logical
Yeah,
with
he
this
stepped him up.
concept. Yeah, you Tank gonna move around, stay close enough to make Jake Paul work, sneak an occasional body shot, which he ain't felt the level of that body shot. He gonna sneak that in, and after he gets tired around round four, tell me when he didn't get tired against nobody after round four. Tank is gonna start touching him, and we're gonna know if Tank was told to beat him, but don't destroy the ability to make money with him, or if he said, "Man, fuck this shit, I'm gonna finish this Jake Paul class reunion bullshit," because he gets tired. He gets tired after the fourth round.
Yeah, he be gassed. He's
Remember,
gassed.
he be gassed. So what small fighter gonna do? Gas him. I don't care unless he gonna stay in the corner and don't come out. Just the moving around concept is gonna gas him. When he get gassed, then what does Tank do when he gas you? He goes shark hunting. That motherfucker
Yeah.
turned into motherfucking what's my man that was hunting Moby Dick? He turned into Captain Nemo, and he be hunting. So if you won't bet on the Olympic gold medal heavyweight champion, why would you bet that this peril is going to come to Tank with this dude? Come on, man, keep it real. That's what I mean by that gold post. How much sense do that make? You wouldn't bet on the Olympic gold medalist, but you'll bet on Jake Paul to be Tank. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Shout out to my brother B3 Picks. He pulled up. Um, I'll ask you this, brother Bernard, and then I'm gonna ask and this is for you too, B3. So that being said, so is Tank when he got upset? Is that him saying he's not gonna fight those guys, or that's just him just kind of being upset with the process? What do you think that was at the press conference?
I look at it like this. Y'all asking me when I'm gonna fight guys that make less money if I fight them than fighting him. I haven't shown you that I'm in fear or peril of anybody. Some of our common opponents, or some of our common opponents, they struggle with. Take flatline them. But you keep asking me about these guys. Make it make sense financially, and it's going to happen. At the end of the day, this is called prize fight. Floyd told you that years ago. I fight for the biggest prize. That's what they fight for. They don't fight for the fun of fighting. That's the amateurs. Tank didn't get frustrated with the question. He got frustrated with the line of questions. Like he said, one minute you love somebody, the next minute you hate them. That is all facilitated by media. You all control narratives. I told B3 that. I mean, BVO that. If you start saying every day, Xander says, Jaleel will lose to him. And then we say Jaleel. No, first y'all just listen to us say it. Then y'all say Xander is crazy. Then y'all say Xander will lose to him. I tricked y'all into what I wanted. Just talk about it. Eventually it builds up the momentum, just like the worst song that you hate. You start singing it if the radio play it long enough.
What you got on
I
that
got it, back.
B3?
I mean, I think Coach right on the money. You definitely gotta promote the fights, talking about the fights, talking about the matches. That's how you build up the sport. Uh, I mean, I'm coming in on the back end, BVO. My apologies, man. This was working, but
Oh, all is well.
nah, I just in reference to what you was saying about Tank. I mean, at the press conference after the Lamont fight, he even stated that he understood he extended his career with the draw. I just feel like what a brother Bernard was saying, Tank not making the fights, right? So he only can see what's in front of him. He don't know, like he was saying with these guys and their performances, he don't know who's gonna be there for him to fight next year in 2026 or in 2027. So all he gotta do is focus on what's in front of him. And at the end of the day, everybody want their biggest payday or to make the most money in their profession. So That's what Tank is looking at. Tank is looking at he's legitimately cementing himself in the sport. I mean, he's been a champion. He was since he was 22, so
Yeah,
now he's
5 times
almost
at
30.
this point. Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 years champion, 5-time champion. A lot of these guys, respectfully, they still have to kind of prove themselves in a lot of respects. So let these guys continue to compete, and then we'll see what happens in 2026. But I think people are jumping the gun because, like you saying, Tank, he still has work in front of him, and then hopefully there'll be good matchups for him in the future.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And one thing I was gonna say about what Bernard said, which is true, you definitely are right. We do got to push the fights because one of the fights I want to see really bad is Emiliano versus Gary Antoine. I really want that fight. I don't know if we'll get it, but I think that Emiliano can win that fight and become champion. I just think that because of how boxing goes, they're gonna try to not move him. But if you see a guy you can beat, go get him. Because just think about that. If we see Emiliano versus Gary Anton Russell, and Emiliano is able to go in there and possibly stop him, do you know what that does for the sport? That gives us what we need, another star to help push us forward. But it's like we're not into making
Why you think
stars anymore.
Emiliano? Tell me why you think Emiliano should get that fight.
His name, and on top of that, from what I've seen, I know that, and I could be wrong. I want to say that first. Gary Antoine seems to perform very well when he's pushed, and I think he would probably take Emiliano light, and then maybe he'll fight Emiliano not boxing, because if he boxing, he wins easy. But if he fights Emiliano, I think Emiliano got a chance with that big power at 140.
Uh,
Because I've seen him
you
with my own
obviously
two
haven't
eyes.
paid
I
attention to Anthony.
I
Hold on,
known
hold on,
them
hold on, hold
Russells
on, hold
all
on.
my life. They don't take nobody like.
I was
Say
about
it
to say
again.
that you obviously haven't paid attention to Antoine. He don't take anybody lightly.
Nobody.
He took
And
Pulo
you still
lightly.
haven't said you still haven't said why Emiliano deserves that fight or why he has a chance of winning that fight. You said why he might not lose, but you still haven't said how he's gonna win.
Emiliano can't. He
Did you
hasn't
see
done
the power?
anything.
Have you
He
seen the
hasn't
power, brother Bernard? The power is
BVO.
crazy.
He hasn't done anything to fight the number one 140 pounder in the world, bro.
He's
Hasn't.
top 10. He's top 10. He's top
He
10.
hasn't done anything to fight the number
Who has
one
he fought?
140 pounder in the world.
See, there y'all go again. Y'all moving the
I'm,
goalposts.
I'm
Y'all
not gonna
moving the
discredit Emiliano. I mess with their family, you know that. But once again,
Yeah.
you goalpost moving again. We had a conversation. Emiliano is not a knockout machine. He's not a knockout machine. He hasn't knocked out anybody of great substance. Antoine, since a child, has been a knockout machine. But you saying he deserved that fight. Now I'm gonna show the hypocrisy. Jalil's a knockout machine. Xander ain't a knockout machine, but you gave me 1,000 reasons why Jalil shouldn't get that fight. We talking about that's what I mean. Stop moving the goalposts for the guys you like. Just look at the sport of boxing as the sport of boxing. If you are that good, then you have to prove you're that good. And that's not even a error versus error fight. Because if it's an error versus error fight, you're gonna get that kid hurt.
You know that I gotta say on that one, you're absolutely right, brother Mike. What you say about that B3 and what you think about that B3 and then Prize and then Free? What you say about that, bro?
I mean, well, we know that you gonna hold Emiliano's water every chance you get. I
Hold on,
mean,
That was
hold
crazy.
that's
on,
hey, that's like listen,
hold on.
it.
That's out of order, man. You out of order for that.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
Emiliano second to
You out of order.
second to Canelo. Emiliano is BVO's favorite fighter. So we
Wrong. My
understand
favorite
you.
fighter is Jamel, Alicia
Hey,
Bongana, and Jalil Hacker is my favorites.
Okay.
BBO.
Go ahead.
You said you want Emiliano Vargas to fight Antoine Russell.
He
In
too.
Yeah.
order for
Antoine big.
Antoine Russell to fight Emiliano Vargas, he needs to get permission from the sanction body. Emiliano Vargas is not ranked in none of the sanctioning bodies.
No,
Yeah.
that's not
He's
true. He's top 10 in
10.
WBC.
I'm looking at it right now.
Hold on,
He's
let me
not
look.
ranked in any of the sanctions. I'm looking at it.
When he
right
got
now.
that belt,
He's
he didn't
not
get
ranked in,
that. I thought that belt put him top 10 that he just
Nah.
got.
he's
I
not
just
ranked
said
in
he
any of the
hasn't done anything to fight the number
No,
one 140 pounder.
he
He
got to
hasn't
get
done anything.
permission in order to fight Emiliano Vargas. That's not something that he
Now
can just go celebrate.
let me say a rebuttal against that. Let me say that because we're using the same argument for Jalil. When there is not a mandatory on deck, the fighter, his promoter, and team can pick a voluntary defense. Then they can pick who they want. Roy Jones did it against the police officer. Uh, no. I'm just giving real example.
Yeah.
Santillan would have been a pick because he's a 47. They bring it up to 54. Anytime you have a voluntary defense, you do have leeway to pick who you want to pick. And if he picked that kid, then y'all would say he's picking on somebody. Y'all wouldn't say that that's the fight you want to see. If you talk about a fight you want to see for Antoine, you got to mention Richardson Hitch.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Emiliano Vargas is not ranked in any of the sanction bodies. He's not ranked in the top 10.
But what is that belt on his waist then for, Free? What is that belt then that he got?
You keep looking at the daggone belt. I'm telling you what the rankings are. I don't care nothing about the belt. The belt doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at where he's ranked at. He's not ranked in the top 10. He's not ranked in any of the sanctioning bodies. It does absolutely nothing for Antoine to fight Emiliano Vargas. It does everything
The
for Emiliano
reason
Vargas. It does everything for
That's what
Emiliano
I
Vargas.
said, Free.
but
What if you
He
stop
hasn't
him?
done anything to fight the
But
number
no, if he go in there,
140 pounder.
and stop him, because a lot of people don't know this. I think Jalil could stop Xander if he catch him. Because the only thing about that fight with Xander and Jalil is I know Xander's
But
going
see,
to run. That's going to be
again,
different.
Jalil has put himself in position to be able to say he could fight these guys. Emiliano
Right.
Vargas hasn't.
Right. That's a
Did you
difference.
see his Did you
there's a
see him in the
reason
At
for that.
Xander fight? He
BVO, you
closed.
still going off. You going off if with Emiliano. If a bird at a radio and is behind it, be music in the air. Come on, man, cut that if out.
Jalil has fought guys to put himself in position to be able to fight better guys. Emiliano Vargas hasn't done that. That's what I told you. You keep saying all this stuff about Emiliano Vargas. You believe Emiliano Vargas can do that, but he hasn't shown you what he's able to do yet. He hasn't put himself in no tough competition.
Not and the top rank
Everybody,
don't believe
every
BVO.
fight Emiliano Vargas has been in has been a showcase fight for Emiliano Vargas because they want to build a Mexican star out of Emiliano Vargas.
100%.
And when
And
you
I'm
talk about that, you 100% right. Because when you look at that, my brother who said Jalil put himself in position, Jalil's last 4 opponents' records is 49-2. His last 4 opponents, their combined record is 49-2. And four of the last 5 were undefeated. And if you listen to the commentator at his last fight, the commentator even said, shout out to Jalil Hackett because they've been moving in with some of the stiffest competition. Y'all don't praise that. You praise the dude, like the man said, who be getting showcase fights. Guys that couldn't beat my granddaddy if my granddaddy just got a little bit of sugar and some water and got some gloves on with his walk.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
I'll say this because one thing about Jalil's like Randy Orton. He's been fighting a lot of old guys and beating them up. So that's the only thing that would work against him because even I said he should fight Brandon Adams. So I get what you're saying.
And once again, BBO, when you said fight Brandon Adams, I said you one of the various security officers for any young prospect or anybody of our generation. Because every time we talk about fighting them, they don't say that they can beat us. They always say go fight somebody else. Stop saying somebody else when we talk about your favorite guys. Say what your favorite guy can do. They always say, I'm gonna say this: the media says Xander is X, Y, and Z, and Jalil ain't ready. But when you look at the polls that some of these podcasts is putting up, even the fans think Jalil knocks him out. Come on, man.
Ain't no
It's a
doubt
50-50 fight to me.
And I can agree with that. I agree with that. It's 50-50.
I say it's 50-50.
I say 50-50. I have no problem with saying that. I say it's
Two young
70-30.
lions, you know.
I say it's 70-30 if that'll get us in the ring. But what I
This
will
my
say is I think
Mm.
Jaleel Alexander will be a great fight.
I'll say that again. You'll take what to get him in the ring?
dude. The
I
thing, the thing that
said
we
y'all could say the word 70-30. You don't have to say 50-50 because that might scare them. You can say 70-30, you can say 80-20, you can say 90-10. Whatever gets him in the ring, it's gonna
Uh,
be a great fight up until Jaleel knocks him out.
Jalil had a great stoppage. Beautiful stoppage. I mean, I knew he would knock that dude out.
yeah, that was a good stoppage.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He got to convince one of these guys that people hold up pretty high to get the Xander fight, because they're not gonna give it to him right away. Because I'll be honest with you, I seen Xander up close. I was not super impressed when I seen him up close, and there's a good chance that Jalil could knock him out. There's a good chance because I seen and Free said I
That's
seen
why
a
I
different
said
fight.
50-50.
Free said I seen a different fight live than
If
what
they
was on TV, because I seen Xander get rocked, and there's no way that Xander would be it. I'm worried about the pressure that Jalil's giving. That would be tough on Xander because he struggled with the dude who could barely move, and Jalil can move. That's the only thing. And so I don't think he'll take a tough fight like that. I just don't think he would. It
I
wouldn't be in
think
his
he
best
would,
interest
but I
to.
think
and
his
going into the
promotional
ring,
company
Jaleel gonna
wouldn't.
be the bigger fighter.
Where, brother B?
No, I think I agree with you, bro. When it comes to Xander, I think Xander would take the fight because he a young lion.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucking young gun shit, Shorty is part of that. It ain't got to do with your promotion company. It got to do with your age. But I
Yeah,
think that his team is saying, why take that fight when they physically know Jalil is bigger, Jalil is taller, Jalil is
mm-hmm.
stronger, and his gas tank don't empty out. Those are all recipes for disaster. Xander got rocked
And
by a good fighter in his last fight. He got rocked 2 fights ago. Jalil rock him with the same hook. You think he gonna make it out the round?
no, he won't. He won't. It's not
That's why I
about.
say it's
It's
50-50.
not if. But I'll say this, and I want to
Because
bring
Xander can
B3
stay
on
on the
this.
outside and box, but if he let Jalil get close to him or get in an exchange, trying to show off in Puerto Rico for his people, when they fly y'all out there, that could end bad. You know what I
I'm gonna
mean?
just say this, and I'm gonna let my brother B3 talk, and I'm gonna shut up. Y'all not getting no decision out there, Bernard. I just think that that you missing what I'm saying. When the dude came out, and people think I'm joking, the love, the adoration that was for this dude, these dudes start waving the Puerto Rican flag, and then when he started speaking in Spanish, man, you would have thought Elvis was out there. I'm telling you, that would be
He
an
can
unfair
have
put.
70, but it's 70,000. Whatever arena they had, 70,000 people are in a punch form or take a punch form. And in a 12-round fight, in a 4-round or 6-round, I'm gonna give you that 100%. I say that 100%. But when you talking about 12 rounds, it's not if Jaleel catches up with him, it's when. It's a stop clock. We got to catch up to him before 48 minutes already.
And
We got
and that's
48 minutes to catch up with him.
and that's a good point for what Curtis is saying that, hey, even if they do fight, he gets nothing out of it. Xander gets nothing out of it, but a tough fight. I'm saying this is a fight where he can really get knocked out, bro. That fight, I don't see his team making that fight, because one
Nah,
thing I
not
know,
right now.
I
They want to
def
make some money first.
because I seen Jalil, and let's be honest, Elijah wasn't no bum. The dude he beat up wasn't no bum. Dude was pretty
Mm-mm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he beat the hell out that dude.
The
Nobody
kid, he was
expect.
nice.
Only reason I knew Jalil was gonna knock him out because I knew Jalil was gonna turn the gas on and come get a knockout. That's
Mm-hmm.
different. But I will say this: we have seen improvements because we seen it when he fought Pistol Pete. Towards the end, Pistol Pete started kicking his ass at the end, and I've noticed that Jalil has really done a good job of improving his gas tank because I haven't seen that. I'm honestly gonna say that fight in Puerto Rico, I'm gonna get it as a blue. Pretty much from what I've seen, Jalil has gotten better with his gas tank. It showed in that fight with Elijah, because I'm telling you, Elijah's not a bum. He's just not a
No,
great
and he
fighter.
landed he landed a good punch. He landed a few good punches as well.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Jaleel, and I told you, BVO, I wanted Jaleel to move up. Jaleel had made an agreement with me. Hey, Dad, I'm gonna beat Pete. Then after I beat Pete, let me get a defense. Then let me move up. I said, Shaw, it's taking too much out of you to make 47. When you talk, Jaleel spoke about it with Coach Malachi. People don't know how much weight Jaleel lost in the peak and in the fight after it within the last part of camp because we couldn't take so much out all at one time before the last minute. When you see Jaleel, he's a big, strong guy. I thought he should have been at 54, but he chose not to. Now, let's be realistic. Elijah Vines was scheduled to fight Elijah Flores. He was already in camp. He wasn't a last-minute replacement. He took the opportunity for a bigger fight. So he went from camp
And that
to an
kid stays in
extended
shape
camp.
anyway, Coach. That kid pretty
Yeah.
much stays in shape year round anyway.
So if he stayed in that shape and the devastation of the hook in the second round, not the knockout, the hook did the damage. If that hook did that type of damage to a guy who been in camp was at his best because this is the best fighter he faced, what the fuck you think happens when he hits Xander with that shit in round 5? In round 5, what do you think happens? And if y'all be realistic about it, around round 7 or 8, Xander starts to slow down tremendously, and he gets hit with a lot of shots.
And we get that.
If we're looking at it from that point.
So basically, this
That's why I said 50-50.
And I want to have B3 on this. I honestly think the only thing that I know for a fact is that Jaleel probably can take his punches because I've seen that Mexican dude walking through him. That's probably where y'all see the advantage for sure. Because if he can walk, he can just walk him down and blow him up. Because one thing I seen was I don't think he could crack an egg, but I just don't think his team is gonna let him have that fight because I'll feel like this, and people get on me. D3 got on me for this. Xander feels creative. He doesn't feel like a Cotto. He doesn't feel like any of those great Puerto Ricans we've seen coming up. He seems very creative. What you say about that, B3?
If we demand the fight, then they got to make the fight.
The man did his hair a certain way. That ought to tell you he was creative.
If we come up here every day and talk like we want this fight as a fans and demand it, then it might gain traction and get attention, and then it might can happen. So it's up to us to help out. You know what I mean? And then whatever goes on behind the scene in the business, that's their business. But
go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with
We're not gonna put no roadblocks in the way. We wouldn't put a single roadblock in the way. We know we're going to fight Xander twice because wherever we fight them, they're going to have the pick. They're going to pick Puerto Rico or they're going to pick New York. We know going in that we must knock him out. We must knock him out. If you want to see a fight that will be memorable, you got to say it's Jaleel and Xander because you're going to see a repeat of one of 2 fights. Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, and one. That's what that fight would be. We know what we have to do, and Xander knows that he has to see 12 rounds. So both of us have an agenda. Both of us have a deadline. Our deadline is to knock him out before the last second of round 12. His deadline is to get to the scorecard. That you can't make a better fight. Now, at this point, if you look at Xander, he's not going to be favored against anybody in the upper echelon at 154. Not one person would he be favored against. So if they want to keep the belt or have the potential to keep the belt and have a respectable fight, wouldn't you take the best 50-50 fight? Let me tell you something, how crazy this is. Jaleel won the WBA joint at 47 against Pete with 8 fights. When Jaleel lost it, do you know that shit was like on major news shit? We saw that shit on the ticker. We saw that shit covered by every major media in boxing. That shows that the rest of boxing was holding their nuts, saying, please let this nigga take a step backwards, because if he keeps stepping forward like this, they're gonna demand shit. That's a fact. That is a true fact. And we're saying if we beat Xander and he wanted a rematch, we wouldn't be asking them if we want a rematch. We would be saying a week later when they're getting this shit back in the ring. We would not be if we gonna fight Xander. This is the best situation for Xander and Jaleel. Jaleel knocked Xander out in fight number 1, which has to happen. So we're not saying if, because if you don't knock him out, we lose. if he knocks him out in fight number 1, then they want to do a rematch and they put it in New York. And let's say Xander make an improvement and it goes to a scorecard and he wins. The only logical fight for both of them is a third fight. So them two took the play from the entire 154 division. 3 fights. They gonna make more money in 3 fights against each other than they were making a single fight against one of the top guys, winning or losing.
But no, I'm not gonna spend all them millions on Xander and let you come knock him out. I'm just gonna be honest. We gotta just call it what it is. That's the part that sucks about boxing. But
BVO, you right. You right, but what did I say on your show? Before anything I said, you're right. On your show, I said they're gonna pull a 147 up to 54 to make Xander look like a world beater. And then I said they're gonna pull Santillan up. The one that we saw last time for real getting put on his face by Brian Norman. Did I not say that? 2 days later, they wanted to announce that this was going to be the fight. The Puerto Rican people who listen to your show raised hell about that shit. And now all of a sudden, a Xander who didn't say 2 words about Jaleel, all of a sudden he says, I want to fight something better. Give me a boss. That's why we posted that shit like, damn, at least you hunting now, because you went radio silent when Jaleel said everything about you. But you get a voice when they say you got to move on. That's Top Rank saying we got to move on because that fight is going, them Puerto Rican fans is going to have a fit. And on top of having a fit, we was going to instigate that shit. We was buying 2 front row tickets and we was going to be at the fight saying, Xander, why not us? He will have a t-shirt on saying, Xander, why not us?
Yeah, well, I'm about to ask you, why you having a rundown on him?
That's what's going to happen.
Run down on him.
Once again, if we don't get the fight, we in Puerto Rico. Front row. You see what Jaleel said on his Instagram. Xander, I hope you fry him because I don't want you to lose. I want you to win and then have the courage to fight me. I'm willing to bet he's not going to knock Santillan out. Brian Norman put Santillan on his face. Bad motherfucker. I bet you they go to this.
I gotta say this because you my brother. I gotta say this. I seen Xander at the fight for Fundora. They just didn't let him in the ring. That dude Xander is not a punk. I just think his team is not gonna let him do it. His team is not. They spent a lot.
Brother, you keep saying it like you keep saying it. But listen, you keep saying it like we calling him a sucker. How many times have I said Xander will fight anybody? His team just smart enough to know not to fight this body.
When your son's name come up, we seen Xander get pretty upset about it, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why he's upset because they just said it on what was that? I can't think of the name of that doggone show. They just asked him about it, and he seemed real irritated that Jaleel's name is starting to come up. So that's what I'm saying.
Because Xander is a dog. Listen to what I'm saying. Xander is a dog. And when a dog feels his owner is questioning his ability, it irritates the dog because the dog start thinking, my whole career been a setup game. If y'all worried about, once again, if y'all worried about this one particular guy, but you all put other people in front of me, they knew ahead of time. I thank you, BVO, for giving us the platform so I was able to say they're going to pull Santillan up and they want Xander to look like a monster and he'll knock him out. 2 days later, they wanted to announce that shit and they put it out through social media because that's the new way promoters put stuff out to see if it's worth doing. And the social media was like, y'all going to give us a dude that's a crack dish when you can give us Jaleel? Why the fuck that makes? Let me tell you something. Let me be honest with you. Some of the hardest fans.
That whole thing, man. You threw
look.
Y'all throwing.
You know it, BVO. You know it. One of the hard. Let me tell you something. You can pull the wool over Eastern European fans. You can pull the wool over black fans. You can pull the wool over white fans. Let me tell you who you can't pull the wool over: Puerto Rican fans and Mexican. You're not going to come home for a homecoming and think you're going to get a layup dude and we're going to pay for that shit. And then when you got a dude calling you out, you can get away if nobody's calling you out. But Jaleel threw a monkey wrench in a Mack truck engine when he immediately said, in that ring, Xander, you got something I want. We young guns. Let's fight.
Yeah, that was
When he said
crazy.
that, and then when you gave us the platform, I'm gonna be honest, you gave us the platform, and we was able to pull the whole card. They're gonna bring Santillan up from 47. They're gonna make him look like a monster by hurry up and getting him ranked at 154 by the WBO. Then they're gonna try to sell it to the Puerto Rican public. When you got Jaleel right here, they're not gonna bite that. And that shit backfired on him.
It definitely did. But we gonna talk. We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about a couple fights. So we got a couple fights I'm gonna bring up. So we got Cool Boy versus I just lost his name, man. My dude with the dreads. I just lost his name. O'Shaquie Foster.
Yeah.
So we got that. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Cool Boy's gonna win that fight easy. We already kind of talked about that, but let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think about Jas Catterall coming to Bozy in his gym in Philly? What do you guys think about the UK champ, former UK contender coming to Philly to learn from Bozy?
Good for him.
When you want to be the best, you got to learn from one of the best. When you name the top 5 coaches, and you got to do it by. I'm gonna be honest, you got to do it by not just who they train, but also who they are. Bozy, Calvin, those 2 of the top black coaches, along with Mike. When Mike Stafford was alive, but we go with Derek James and what's that, brother? I'm sorry. Yeah, Bomac.
Brother
sorry, even forget it. Those are the top 5. When you go to the Latin style of boxing,
Bozy's top 5.
Why isn't he? He's one of the top 5 black coaches. Listen, he's one of the top 5 black coaches in the world. And I consider him one of the top coaches. I have 2 different top 5s because it's based on your style. If I'm trying to perfect what Jaleel loves and I feel I'm missing something, then I'm gonna probably go to Abel Sanchez or one of the Garcias because they mastered the way that Jaleel fights. I would go to Bozy and those type of coaches if I'm working on, hey, let's put this particular shot together because those are particular shot.
I like Kevin Cunningham.
They're
I don't know.
Whereas
people don't.
Oh yeah, Kevin Cunningham too.
Sorry.
Yeah, brother Kevin from shout out St. Louis.
But that rounds out the 5, don't it? Yeah, but don't that round out the 5 best black coaches right now? That rounds out the 5.
I want to have an honorable mention of Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, he just won a title.
Hey, don't mention Gary Russell Jr. Hey, look, don't mention Gary Russell Jr. And I'm gonna tell you why. Gary still he is an active fighter. He has the mentality of an active fighter. I'm not gonna put him in the coaching realm until he says he's retired. He's still an active fighter.
I thought he looked good.
If that's the case, we're gonna start putting shit. Yeah, he's excellent. Yes, so he's an active fighter. Because when you start putting somebody in the coach's realm, the media start calling him retired. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want that shit to be the narrative.
You know, he looked really good.
But when you talk about
you're right, you're absolutely right. You're right.
Yeah, but when you talk about
he looked good in the fight and he looked good helping his brother out. So he's like a dual threat type of dude. So I want to give him his credit for it because he's like a dual threat. He's like a quarterback, like a quarterback that can run. You know what I'm saying? He can do both.
I hate that he's so small. No, that's the one thing I hate about that.
Man, he put on a masterpiece.
I just hate that he's so small, man. That's
his last fight.
About Gary, I hate that.
I ain't gonna call him small either. I ain't gonna call him small either because if you say Gary versus the top 5 fighters at 135, you ain't gonna say that he gonna take 5 losses. So if you ain't talking about he taking 5 losses, it ain't because he's little. He can go to 35, he can go to 40 and still be a top rated guy. His IQ, his ability, and his work ethic is always gonna make him that.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I think Robert Garcia is the best coach in boxing. You would say probably Bomac, Eddie Reynoso, but Eddie Reynoso, I'm starting to really think like I could be wrong. Forgive me for saying this, but I think Eddie Reynoso seems like he don't know what he's doing, man. These guys keep doing this stupid high guard stuff. It's not the 80s, bro. Nobody's gonna let you walk them down like it's the 80s, bro. You can't do the shit we're gonna say this is over and just walk a dude down. These guys are too smart for that now. So I don't know.
Man, if I had my dream opportunity to go to camp and get some great work. I would want to take my son out to a Garcia camp and I would like to match wits with him on a coaching level, and I would like for Jalil to be able to match wits with one of his guys because I think it'll be a high level learning experience. So I give that your best coaches have to be the coaches who can bring out the best of the personality of the fighter, not because they can do one thing good with one guy. It's what can you do personality wise? Garcia's, I think they can give you personality of different guys. I think Bozy, I've seen him with different fighters be able to give different personality pieces. I've seen Calvin be able to do it when it comes to different fighters. So when
Why
you
don't
talk
they hold
about
that against Bozy? Why don't they hold how Bozy coaches? Because I think he held Boots back. He held Boots back.
bruh,
And I'm gonna tell you
Based
why.
off of what?
why I gotta
Let me tell you why I say that. Him and the one guy that passed away, I can't remember his name offhand. They bought him slow and they bought him up slow, and now their son is almost 30 years old without a marquee fight, and he going to 54, and he's now fighting the champion. This is the first time we've seen a unified champion not fight a champion in his first fight. This is crazy. Man.
He moved up.
I don't think
He moved up.
I don't think he's without a marquee fight because I believe
He won a
the fight that
unification,
he
didn't he,
had,
Free?
yeah, that unification fight. I believe that was a marquee fight because they said those were the two best guys at 47. I think
Staniona
that was
signed
a
for the
marquee
18
fight.
months, Free.
That's his problem. He
No,
signed up.
who hasn't fought in 18 months?
Before that fight, he hadn't fought in 18 months. Staniona's no, I'll take that back. He had fought. It was a year. My bad. I take that back. Go
I'm
ahead.
about to say he fought in July.
My bad. It was
before
a
that
year.
fight.
My bad. You're right. It was just a year. You're right. My bad.
I mean,
Let me
but
tell you why
the
Bozy's
thing is,
so
like I
bad.
said, the thing is, he still, like I said, he still was. They was still considered two of the best guys at 47. So I believe that was a marquee fight. However you feel about his opponent, that's your personal feeling. But that's what he was ranked. He was ranked as one of the best guys at 47. So if you say that's not a marquee fight, then there was no marquee fight to be had at 47. Then
It was only
and one,
Boots. It was only Boots, Brian Norman, and
and you
Stanionis.
can't put Calvin up there because no great fighter has went to him. You can't put him up there.
Nah, let me
Go ahead.
speak on Bozy and Calvin. Let me
Go ahead.
speak on Bozy and Calvin. You've heard Tank and you've heard Boots say, I hope this is the fight where I have to dig in my bag. From being in camp multiple times with both of them, them dudes ain't winning their bag yet. They haven't had a dude in front of them that make them go in their bag. The couple of times when you seen Boots get hit by some guys that threw some good shit and hit him on the chin, seconds, not rounds later, seconds later, Boots put him to sleep. Boots is a hunter. Tank is a hunter. Calvin and Bozy, they tell them dudes, don't do X, Y, and Z because you don't need to do it. How many times you heard Calvin say, Tank, not yet, we don't need that. And then the next round, after him saying not yet, Tank flatlined the dude. So you didn't even get to see what the not yet was.
Mm-hmm.
I like that other
When you look
coach.
at Boots,
What's that Cuban
when you
dude's
look
name?
Cuban.
The coach.
No, he's Puerto Rican, the one that be working with Jamel.
No, I think the dude that be with Andy Cruz, maybe not Andy Cruz. No, Rolly's guy. What's Rolly's coach name? I like
Hey,
Oh,
him.
you talking about Silas? Coach Silas, bad mother.
Yeah,
He
I
bad.
like him.
I've been in the gym with Coach Silas. Coach
I
Silas
like him.
trains an array of top dudes. He trains
I
an
like him.
array of them and don't get his credit.
you ever
Once
had a
That's
guy
why.
again,
like
That's why
Rolly
I wanted to
before?
bring that name up, Coach B. I
yes,
can't remember his name. I wanted to bring that up because I don't think he gets the credit. Because Rolly, I don't care if everybody called it boring against Ryan. Rolly boxed an excellent game plan. You can tell he was listening in camp. You know what I mean? And
I'm
he
gonna tell
told
you
him how
this.
to beat him.
Rolly was for the first time in his career required to follow instructions. Coach Silas, after being in his gym, I've seen him stop sparring sessions because the guy ain't following his instructions. That was the first time Rolly was required to follow the instruction. Coach Bullitt was a good coach for him, got him a long way.
Yeah, he did.
But
Shout out to Bullet.
They had developed a friendship.
Yeah, not a coach.
Coach
It wasn't a coach.
Silas
Yeah.
is Coach Silas has a relationship with his fighters, but he's more like a father or a disciplinarian. So it's not optional to follow directions. You saw Rowley follow directions. So that was a
Hmm.
camp where he was forced to follow directions. And we talk about muscle memory all the time. If I make you do something consistently in camp, it's going to automatically flow when you fight because I made you stick to it, whether it worked, whether it wasn't working. It's times when Jalil be spawned. And I'm still saying, you never heard me say Jalil, you saw Jalil at 100%. I'm still telling you, you only saw 70%. Because the aspect of listening and following complete orders and instruction takes a long time for a fighter to do, even when they're champions.
I just wanted to give Coach Salas his flowers. I thought that he came up with a beautiful game plan, and Rolly actually followed it, and it was just a masterpiece to me. But I
A
was
dude
happy with
punching
that.
like that, Prize. I think he can be the best in the world. A dude with that kind of power.
If he does that, if he fight like that, I know people gonna say it's boring, it's this and that. Bro, first of all, he dropped Bull, and Ryan didn't really want to engage either. So I told y'all when that fight was gonna happen. I said Rolly almost unalived him in the sparring. So I said I'm going with Rolly. When everybody picked Ryan, I said I'm going with Rolly, and Rolly beat
And
him
I,
up.
I picked I picked Rolly, and my son was arguing with me about it online. I think with BVO. I said, man, y'all crazy. Y'all
Yeah.
crazy. I'm picking Rolly. Rolly, I picked him from day one. I picked
Hmm.
Rolly because once again, he had the heart already, but now he had a no nonsense coach.
And it showed. Yeah, I like Barry Hunter too, brother.
Him and
'Cause
Floyd. Him and Floyd. Him and Floyd. I
shout
say
out
this,
Barry
man.
Hunter.
Shout out to Floyd because Floyd really hasn't been what I think he should have been as a promoter. But I see him really stepping up with Rolly, man, and really kind of being there with Rolly. And I see the difference in Rolly. Because one thing that about Floyd, he keeps signing the top guys, man. I don't know why he's not keeping them, but he keeps signing the top guys, man. So we're gonna see what
Man,
happened with Rolly. We're gonna see
let
what
me tell
happened
you
with
something
Rolly, man.
about that Floyd joint. I'm gonna tell you something about Floyd. I think when it's all said and done, and I mean not like when he's past the boxing conversation, but I'm
Mhm,
talking about where he's evolving to as the Floyd Mayweather. I think
mhm.
he gonna be the Uncle Snoop in boxing. He's gonna be to entertainment, music and stuff. He's gonna be to boxing what Snoop Dogg is to that. Snoop Dogg is credited with putting a lot of business moves together, putting a lot
Mhm.
of dudes with labels, making a lot of good decisions for dudes behind the
Mhm.
scenes. Floyd, let me tell you something. If Floyd wanted a fight to happen, I say this. If we were still with Floyd right now and we came
Mhm.
off the win and we started screaming what we screamed, if Floyd said, why not Jaleel and Xander? We talking about what? 30 million social media people? 30
Hmm.
million social media people? They would have been like, Floyd said, why not? Do you understand that fight would have been on all y'all lips because Floyd said so?
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
And
That
by the
thank
way,
every last one of y'all.
Rolly is with Richard Schaefer's that power play boxing or whatever. He's with them. He's not. I don't think he's
Bruh.
with Money
Which
Team no
Richard
more.
Schaefer works for Floyd.
I know he
Now,
does, but he fights under Richard Schaefer's banner. He doesn't fight under the Money Team or Mayweather
Blood,
promotion.
it's the same thing, man.
you're never not part of the money team once you was part of the money team because you're stuck with that moniker being part of what you do. To this day, we ain't been with Floyd in a nice percentage of time. But if you still mention Jalil, the first thing come up is something dealing with Floyd. You gotta look at the powers that be. And I fuck with our promoter. Eddie been good to us. I can't knock it. But if Eddie said this fight gotta happen, that's a boardroom conversation, and Eddie will make it happen. Floyd say it, that's a spot on social media, and guess what? It becomes the top rated conversation. You all jumped on the Kermel Moton bandwagon to fight Lamont Roach because Floyd said so. Because
Mm-hmm.
Floyd said so.
We talked about it. We definitely did.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's a fact.
But why
If
doesn't
Floyd
Eddie?
Mayweather
Eddie
ain't got
has a pretty big following. Coach B. Why do we press Eddie?
different style of following, you got to think it's a different style of following. And Eddie a great promoter. And once again, I think Eddie is intrinsically locked on We're gonna do X, Y, and Z with Boots, and it's
Right.
like a lot. It's not too many promoters who have had the delicate touch to be able to move two fighters in the same division and potentially set up a mega fight by getting both of them what they need to get. That's a Bob Arum, Don King, uh, Floyd Mayweather type shit. It's not. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
to do that. So in
Oscar
order
De
for
La
them to
Hoya
do,
too.
yo, yeah, my bad, I can't forget him. In order
Mm-hmm.
for a promoter to do that, then that promoter has to have a different set of lenses as opposed to the normal lens where all I want is the best dog in the division. That's a different set of lenses. If Eddie, I'm gonna say this: if Eddie wanted that fight between Jaleel and Xander to happen,
That's what I'm saying,
he could
Coach. If he said
he
it
could
on his
pick up the
IG,
phone. Yeah, he could pick up the phone and call Bob and say, "Hey, Bob, I got a kid willing to do the Puerto Rico side. What do you need to happen for that to happen?" We're not talking about a money issue because ain't neither one of them worth $2 or $3 million. Just being honest with
Mm-hmm.
we could
you,
press
neither
Eddie.
one of them can
Make
demand
Eddie
that.
post it on his IG. We'll talk about
And
it.
you
Eddie
can
got up on his IG and said, "I want a fight between Jaleel Hockett and Zan Desire in Puerto Rico." And if we'll,
nah,
I think it.
He don't treat y'all like he treat Ray Ford, man. I'll just say that.
I
If I
think that
was
he'll. Good
if
video.
I
I
was
mean,
him, no, I'm agreeing with you saying. If I was under him, I would want to be treated like he treat Ray Ford. Ray Ford lose, he still got his back. That's all I'm
bruh,
saying. He
once again, it's different strokes for different folks, and I understand that. Uh, your promotional relationships, you got to look at first as a business. We as black fighters and black media get caught up with looking at it as a family. We not family. We're just two people that do business. If Jaleel
mm,
wasn't the fighter that he is, do you think Eddie Hearns would have any interest in Jaleel? If Eddie Hearns wasn't a promoter, do you think Jaleel would have interest in Eddie Hearns? We gotta remember it's business. That's why I always tell
that's
you,
a good point.
my son is going to do what is best business wise for him. I was God blessed. I was happy. I was elated when the Turk is making the moves that he makes. I told Jaleel, hey, Slim, we can't just beat this dude. We got to shine because if you shine, the Turk has already showed he'll bring you back. He already showed. You ain't heard the Turk badmouth one of the guys who took a loss on none of his cards. If you fought hard, the Turk say he'll bring you back.
He said
Hmm.
that with
That he'll
Bakole
bring you
too.
back.
With
Yeah.
He
Bakole.
definitely gonna
So
bring y'all back. Y'all had a good performance,
yeah.
so y'all
So
definitely gonna
once
get another
again,
payday.
if we do what we supposed to do and we continue to push our agenda, even if y'all don't like the song, we play it so much that y'all start, sitting in your car like BVO. He be saying, man, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about today. Man, that Jaleel Hackett and Xander fight look good. And then he shake his head like, stop that, slap himself, stop that. Because once again, if you force people to think about it, force them to think about it, then their logic at some point kicks in. Do you want to pay $90+ to see Xander fight Santillan? No. Do you
No.
want to pay $90+ to see Jalil and Xander fight, two 22-year-olds that
Hmm.
still have the pedigree of winning? When you start
And it's a
asking
title
yourself,
fight.
thank you. If you start asking yourself to bet in favor of your pocket as opposed to in favor of your relationship, BBO, when the last time Teofimo hit you up and sent you $1,000?
I don't
When the
support him
last
no
time?
more, but
No, no,
he
no.
never did that.
When you were supporting him, when was the last time he sent you $1,000?
Never.
So if he never sent you $1,000, but you got a super chat, you got to thank fans that send it to you.
Hmm.
Respect them fans. Ask for the fights that they want. That's what I tell every podcast. You love this guy so much, he don't love you back. Half the fighters that we love and we animately or doggishly defend them, they ain't even never been on your podcast.
Yeah.
But a fighter that come on your podcast with a realistic fight, y'all shut it down before you even present it to the fans. The minute Brevio presented this to the fans, they've been loving the conversation. I get shout
Yeah.
out to Malachi. Malachi Jalil said, I'm gonna give you an exclusive, Malachi, because You've been doing some behind the scenes conversations with me. Let's put it out in the public. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jaleel be on your podcast. He go on Malachi. He go on Mill City. He go on the Rise podcast. He go on J Hardcore. Why is we feeling like we date you, but you defending a motherfucker who won't even say your name?
That's a fact.
That's what we
That's
talk
why we
about.
support Jalil over here. We support. Maybe we could do
We
a better
want,
job with talking about the fight more, because like it starts like if we start talking about it and then it catch traction, then the big suits will get a hold to it. So I get where you're going with it for sure.
yeah, and we talk about our black media. Let me say this about our black media. Our black media will big up somebody who don't big up them. Our black media will big up promoters who don't even give you credentials to the fight. So that why should they pay you any attention when you will do for free what the other people require something in return for? So if that's the case, you want to get credentials, you want to be the guys that they want, make it where the Jalils, the Shakurs, the big black fighters of the world say, I got to go on a platform. Right now, they don't feel like they got to go on your platform because you're going to do for free what other people charge for. And when I say charge, maybe that monetarily, but hey, Slim, at least get me on the list to get a credential. If y'all get behind Jalil, if the JBT, which I fuck with the whole JBT, all of them say, man, we're going to push this agenda. Guess who you going to make push it after that? Mill City. Mill City say, bro, give me a reason to push it. Okay, cool. And then when Mill City push it, guess who else going to push it? The Boxing Voice, the True Boxing Media. Guess who else going to push it after that? Like I went on Twitter. Everybody pushed the like button when I said Mr. Suspicious. Xander rather fight Santillan than fight Jalil. That don't look suspicious to you? None of y'all say, yeah, nigga, you jump on everything else, jump on that. Because now if he get the backlash, he gonna do it. The Puerto Rican fans, they heard us say one thing. BVO, you got a hell of a Puerto Rican following. Shout out to them who fuck with us. They immediately start saying, Xander versus Santillan, is you crazy when we got Jalil Hackett, who got the family function treatment the last time he came here, saying he's willing to come back. We got a live dog saying he's willing to come back and fight you, knowing he got to knock you out. But you want to bring up a blown up 47 that you going to beat and look good? Come on, chat. Puerto Rico, thank you for standing up and requiring your champion to fight somebody. Mexico, thank you for setting the tone and loving us the way they've been loving us since he was an amateur.
Yeah.
Jalil didn't get not near piece of flack. He actually got all support. Saying I'm going back to my amateur nickname, the Black Mexican. They got all support from the Mexican fans. So y'all want to share a narrative? How about the Turk gave us an opportunity that most people wouldn't, and the Puerto Rican fans stood behind their fighter and required him to fight, and the Mexican fans showed us love. So Xander, you bring on to Puerto Rico, we'll bring the black fighters, the black fans, and the Mexican fans, and we can have us a good old barbecue in Puerto Rico. We can have a good old barbecue.
We definitely appreciate brother Jalil coming to the hood. He come tap into the hood. We the hood. We not as big as some of them other channels you name, but we do appreciate him come tapping in with us for sure.
And BVO, I'm gonna give you grief, BVO, and you gonna pass the grief on. I know you are. But why don't you put up soundbite clips like everybody else about us saying we want to fight him, or you saying, hey, this would be a good fight? People gotta watch the whole damn show. 3-hour show to get 2 minutes of Oprah Winfrey and
we got you.
Come on,
we got you, Coach. I can assure you.
I'm gonna do that tonight.
I can assure you, BVO going to come up with something. We got you.
Hey, Jalil, I just want to let you know that the good brothers at BVO, not the good brother BVO, but the good brothers with BVO Boxing, they said, tell you thank you for coming through the hood, because they said we not as big as other media. They said, look, they told me tell you thanks for coming through the hood. Tell them where we live at.
Hey, look, appreciate you coming to the hood.
I say, bro,
any given day after my fight, you can catch me out that motherfucker shooting dice or anything like that. I'm still I'm still deep rooted in our community. You know,
I
I feel
appreciate
like
this.
a lot of times a nigga say they from somewhere, like when they come to big cities, a nigga say they from DC and they be from Orlando. A nigga say they from Atlanta, but they be from Gwinnett or some shit. Like, you gotta stay locked down. If you don't stay locked down, then you know you blow up and you try to go home, man. We don't got no security in our hood because we really out there. We go to other cities, we don't got no
Yeah.
security out there. We really out there. Shout out to
So the rumor about
good
y'all being from
Mexican
Temple
fans.
Hill is not true, right?
Man, born and raised, Jalil graduated from Cardozo High School. DC.
Oh,
I graduated from Spingarn. Graduated from Spingarn. Yeah, graduated from Spingarn. You ask a nigga where they from? I don't need security. I'm my own security. We don't have no security in the hood. But you ask a nigga where they from? Bet you don't tell you where they from. Ask a nigga DC, wherever the fuck. If you ask a nigga if they from DC and they say yeah, ask them where they from. If they say a quadrant, ask them where in that quadrant. I bet you don't be lying. Once again, like I told you, we show love to the people who show love to us. Y'all show love to us. We come there after we won the WBA jump. First time you hit me, did I give you the runaround BVO? I said, bet we did.
No, you never did.
All I'm saying is love me the way I love you, and don't love a motherfucker who don't fuck with you with your life. Don't love him with your life. We
That's
fuck
real
with
still.
you. Show me some real shit back. That's why black fighters had the hardest time, because y'all love everybody except for them. Y'all love everybody except for them, but then you get mad at them when they win titles and be like, nah, I ain't coming to your podcast. You ain't never fuck with me. You want to fuck with me when I'm getting bricks, but you ain't want to fuck with me when I was walking and catching the bus. Come on, Chad, keep it real. Keep it real.
Hey, you speaking
Y'all
facts,
control
Bernard.
me.
Real
You speaking
spill.
facts. You speaking facts, man.
Y'all control the media. Y'all, no promoter give a damn about a fight till they leak it to a media and a media post it, y'all reshare it, and it catch traction. Then that fight becomes a money fight. But if y'all don't push a black fighter, y'all created a narrative, we ain't shit. Y'all created a narrative, you gotta always be slick. You gotta do this. But if a Spanish fighter fight like a warrior, he's a warrior. If a black fighter fights like that, then he gets hit too much. He's not slick.
Mhm. That's what I disagree
Come on,
with.
man. Play the narrative the right way, and everybody gonna feel it. Y'all control if Jalil and Xander fight. Y'all demand that fight. They both young. The Puerto Rican fans wouldn't go for the bullshit. Y'all did step 1 and step 2. Step 3 is saying nobody can fight Xander if it's not Jalil, because he's an underdog against the top echelon. That's a 50-50 fight. And if he win, be honest. They got the upper hand. They get a rematch. They can call the rematch. We can't fight nobody else till the rematch happen. We'll wait 6 months. We'll let him heal. He'll heal physically, but emotionally he might not heal. But we'll knock him out twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. If he do happen to win the rematch, then guess what? Bob is one of the best that ever done it. He'll blow that thing up to the point where that's the biggest fight. So you talking about 2 20-year-old, 22-year-olds can take all of the play from a packed division just by fighting each other one time. Because it's a guaranteed 2 fights.
That's a fact, man. Because one thing I'll say is I gotta give you your props, man. You always willing to go where the fire is at, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact, bro. Because
I gotta go.
Come to the hood. He come checking in the hood.
I wouldn't go to no Puerto Rico, man, because y'all got robbed in Puerto Rico before, and y'all ready to go back.
Listen, BVO, you can only get robbed twice when you didn't realize you got robbed once. I'm not telling you we training to beat. I'm not telling you we training to beat him in a 12-round decision. I'm telling you we training to knock him out, because that's the only thing that will be acceptable. We could put him down. We could put him on his back 2 times, and they still might find a way to make it a draw. If it becomes a draw, Sanders gonna move on. He's not gonna return that. So we know going in, we must knock him out. We must make him either get knocked out or tap out sitting on his stool. He won't tap out on the stool, because guess what? He can never become a Puerto Rican legend. He can get knocked out and still be a Puerto Rican legend. He just can't tap out on the stool. So we know that. You all control the narrative. Call the JBT. The JBT is a big media group Individually, they're a finger. BVO is a finger, but collectively, ball your hand up. That's a mighty fist. Call these other media outlets. Y'all know them personally. Y'all sharing each other's shit. Say, why the fuck are we not getting behind Jaleel Hackett versus Xander Zayas? And don't let them. You are the one that spreads the rumor of Jaleel don't have a big enough fan base. Motherfucker, tell me how many niggas lost a WBA Continental title and that shit made major sports news. So that means he does have a fucking fan base.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That definitely did. That definitely was a talk of the town. I thought he won, but
hey, it's spilled milk now. It's an L. We don't whine about that. Whether we thought we won or not. But tell me what other guy. Tell me what guy you heard about on the ticker. ESPN ticker said Jaleel Hackett injured his ankle and will not be fighting. Niggas get hurt all the time and they don't give a fuck unless you a top motherfucker. Stop letting them convince you to put the narrative. We don't have a selling base. Cut the bullshit.
That's not true, man. That's that. Because I ain't gonna lie, you all right. When he got hurt, it was everywhere. It was everywhere.
Yeah. That shit was a big event. And I'm gonna tell you this. I wanna say shout out to Red Owl because when we fought on their call for the WBC youth title, they actually sent us the numbers of Jaleel's fight individually. Jaleel did numbers on that card. So once again, like I said, Shakur Stevenson came. He said, I came to see Jaleel Hackett fight. Jay Prince came. Said, we came to see Shorty fight. So how can a dude with no fan gauge pull out Shakur, who's a great fighter, and then pull out one of the Godfathers who don't go nowhere? Jay Prince came to see. Keep it real, brother.
He don't leave the compound.
Thank you. Keep it real. He parked that Rolls Royce out front. Don't let people snowball you who not paying. If you told me, hey, bro, I'm getting a little money because they make sure I got credentials and all this shit, then I'm cool. But if you're telling me I get nothing in return for defending somebody who don't even say thank you when I put something up of theirs, then why you fucking me?
That's a fact.
No, great point. Coach Hackett, as my man BVO said, you don't duck from smoke, you got an appetite for smoke. Where do you think that comes from? Is that part of your makeup? You know, the people you surround yourself with, you got people that you know that you can refer to that just got that appetite for smoke, that you placed them around to help them build that fire and that dedication to go out there and battle hell and brimstone for it?
I just always had the mindset growing up myself that anything you have is because you took it. Anything you keep because you were strong enough to hold it. And I made my kids do that. And if I lived by it, they had to. If somebody took a toy from my kids when they were little as kids, I got Jaleel here to testify to. I say, go take it back. If they said, I can't get it, okay, but that's not your toy no more. Because that's real life. You don't see me bitching about Eddie Hearn. You don't see me bitching about Floyd Mayweather. You don't see me bitching about this person got this opportunity. I talk myself into my opportunity, then I make the most of the opportunity. That's what life is about. That's what life is about. And if you ain't teaching that to your child, then you ain't teaching your child how to survive life. Fuck boxing. Life don't give you shit. Fair is opportunity, not outcome.
That's a fact, man, because I ain't gonna lie, you the only one that don't badmouth Floyd.
Oh my God. Him and Jaleel still talk. To this day, they still talk. He asked that motherfucker for a favor, he'll give it to him. But Jaleel don't do that. He's not a nigga who wants something. Friendship should not be transactional. Because that's not friendship, that's a business agreement. If Jaleel wanted to, he could call Floyd and say, hey, Floyd, would you even mention something about me and Xander fighting? The man got, what, 26, 28 million followers? But Jaleel said, I don't need to use that. That's how your friends respect you. When they know every time you talk to them, you ain't got your fucking hand out.
I like how you worded that. The verbiage is key. Fairness is opportunity, and we got a big opportunity in front of us in Xander Zayas. Most people say Xander Zayas is next up. So I know he's got to be salivating at that opportunity to show how next up can be someone who you didn't expect and watch them sell off into the sunset with that opportunity. Is that the type of focus he's going in with that fight?
Of course. Like I said, I'm the first to tell you, I think if that fight is made, that Jalil and Xander, for however long the fight lasts, will give you something that you want to see again. You will have Puerto Rican fans, you will be saying Xander got caught with a big shot, but until he got caught with it, we think he was ahead on the scorecard. He was out boxing. Our fans would be like, if that's how you feel, cool, but he knocked him out, and it will gain so much traction that it will have to be ran back. And get this, BBO, you the best at me and you talking offline about situations. Noah, what other fighter right now can bring the black and Mexican crowd to the arena to fight against a Puerto Rican?
Nobody can. Jalil can definitely do that.
Yeah, he's the only one that can bring it. He can bring both crowds. And Bob Arum is a man about business and money. If he's about business and money, I think Bob Arum might see the numbers and be praying Xander to get beat so he can run that shit back in the rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Then he go pray for Xander to win.
Shout out to the hangout.
It's a 50-50 fight to me.
Shout out to the hangout because
It
the
is.
hangout has been pushing that.
Brother, please keep telling me. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Jalil and Xander versus Boots. I think they're the preeminent underdog. Jalil and Xander versus Ortiz, the underdog. Jalil and Xander versus Fundora, the underdog. Jalil and Xander versus the top guys, right? Those guys were the underdog. But against each other, it's 50-50. Now, if you're picking a fight to watch and pay for, which fight do you want to pick? A 80-20 fight or a 50-50 fight?
Right. I think he's 50-50 with a lot of the guys at his weight class. I think he would. I think it would be interesting if he got in there with any one of them, any one of the champions, just any one of them. I think that it would be like I want to see because Lil gonna come in there and press. He gonna press you, and I want to see how them other so-called champions can take the pressure that he's gonna bring.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about what I feel as a father or a coach. I'm talking about what everybody in boxing cares about. That's the bookie box office. The betting fans would rather watch a 50-50 fight than watch an 80-20 fight that needs to be called an upset. I don't think if you get Jalil and Xander to fight and they fought 2 or 3 times, I think they will have outaged a lot of them dudes where you wouldn't even want to see that fight. It'd be ushering in the new era of the young guns. That's what it would be ushering in. I would go as far as to say if they fought twice, no matter the outcome of twice, the second fight's winner is going to stay at 54. The second fight's loser is going to go to middleweight. You got to remember, Thomas Hearn's career wasn't affected by losing to Ray Leonard. Ray Leonard's career wasn't affected by losing to Roberto Duran.
Nope.
And they were young. So if y'all trying to bring boxing back, like everybody keep bringing boxing back, stop giving $200 million to motherfucking Jake Paul and start giving the guaranteed $3 million to the fighters who will fight each other now. Jalil and Xander will fight each other now.
Yeah, I believe they both will.
Yeah. It's not Xander that's
it's the suits, if anything. Xander would take that fight. It's the suits.
Xander would.
And I know, Lil, you made it clear that you and Lil, y'all take the fight. It's definitely the suits.
Bro, let me say this. If we should be able to call Bob Arum, we should be able to call Xander's manager, we should be able to call anybody and say, even if they don't put them in the ring in December, they should already have the wheels turning from all the promotion that it's getting. Have Jalil at the front row of the fight. Have him at the front row.
Yeah.
In the age of social media, that shit would get more attention than the motherfucker he just beat in the ring. And once again, had them stand side by side in the ring. Even if the fight don't materialize the way we would want it to. Can you imagine just the picture of both of them? And then you got that picture with the most vicious man in the pro sport right now, Turk Al-Sheikh. Turk might say, hey, that's the fight I want to see. Now you talking about them being part of a rehab. You talking about them being an undercard on something big. And if it's the fight we think it is, then they the guys on the rematch fighting each other. Y'all
Yeah.
control that.
Well, I'm ready to get behind
Nobody
the
else controls
machine
it but
versus
y'all.
Xander versus Jaleel Hackett. I'm ready to get behind that machine. Let's go. 'Cause I'm ready for. I'm tired of
Yeah,
all the
y'all.
talking about Tank and these same couple niggas every day. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to talk about the young boys. I've been saying it on this channel. BBO said it. We all said it. We're ready to move on. It's a bunch of young fighters that we should be talking about, and I'm ready to get behind that machine. I want to see Jaleel Hackett and Xander Zaire and Puerto Rico. You heard the Hackets. They're willing to go out there. So let's talk about that. I don't want to talk about Tank and Paul. I'd rather talk about Jaleel and Xander. That's more realistic to me. You see what I'm saying? It hit different. Let's get
You
it.
got the young guns movement. Go back
Two young
and look
guns,
at
and
some of
it's
the
a
old
title
shit.
fight. Let's
Yeah,
get it.
young guns movement.
Let's
Young
get it.
guns movement. And the minute y'all get one of those fights across the goal line, and the promoters realize we only paid them niggas collectively maybe 1.8 million. Jaleel might have got 600,000, and Xander might have got 1.3 million. Guess what? They said them guys had to earn their $3 million fight, and they're gonna get it fighting each other in a rematch. The first one ain't the financial blockbuster. The second one is a good fight. The third one may be the blockbuster, but guess what? For the price you pay for Xander and Jaleel 2 times, you only get one of the high level fights in that division. You don't get a third of Canelo versus Crawford. You don't get none of those fights for the promoters is financially viable as opposed to Jaleel and Xander. The business of boxing says this is the smartest fight to make because it doesn't hurt either one of their careers. It doesn't hurt either one of their careers, and it's the only fight that's a guaranteed rematch. Even if Xander fought a box, which I think is actually a good fight, if they do get that one, I stand out the way. But even if they do that, if Xander loses, there's no rematch clause in the unification. Now you got to convince that dude to fight you again. And guess what? Eddie and them and all other promoters with the Ortiz and all them, they're going to throw more money at a boss than you'll throw in a rematch after Xander lost to him. So no fight is more business logical and financially lucrative to the promoter other than Jaleel Hackett and Xander Zayas.
Yep. And that fight
These
should
fans
happen next.
these fans keep talking crazy. Educate the fans. Hey, when it's a $20 million fight, but those two fighters are not $20 million fighters. Those two fighters might have made $3 million collectively, but the powers that be, they made the $20 million because that fight, the fans make the rematch worth $20 million. The first time they don't get paid. First time them dudes they don't get monster paid. They get the opportunity to do it again.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Jaleel, let me tell you something. Jaleel and Xander fight once, they might be on the phone talking to each other about, we got to do this again. Why? Because we went to the bank with the money that changes our family. And listen, they changed their family. Xander got 1.3 million. Jaleel got motherfucking 600,000. And they said they changed their family life. They don't know what changed their family life to that rematch. They both taking home a bag.
And I want y'all to get all the money too.
Hey, look, good brothers. I gotta clear our gym out. I love talking to y'all. Y'all know always watching. We always available for y'all. I thank y'all for listening to
coming
us.
to the hood.
I appreciate y'all for listening to our position, letting us put on a compelling argument so you all will get on our side. I don't want you to be on my side. I want you to make me give a compelling argument to why you should be on my side.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And I think
Appreciate
he's
you.
gonna make that compelling argument in the ring. I think that's the one thing that we can all agree about Jaleel. Jaleel don't make statements outside the ring, he make them inside the ring.
And that's all we're trying to do.
That's a fact.
That's all we're trying to do.
Shout out to Mr. Major.
And we're gonna talk to you soon, Coach. I know I'm gonna talk to you.
All right, brothers, y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, Coach B.
I'll say that's a great conversation. Great brother. And you know what? He called BVO out tonight, and he was right to do so.
We're gonna change too, BVO. We're gonna do what we need to do.
BVO do kind of go for the guys that ain't showing the love back.
Yeah.
He said BVO David Benavidez don't fight backwards at all. He gonna stop Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard gonna walk right up to him like he did Bateria and get beat up.
Anthony
I
Yarde
think
gonna beat him up
that
at
fight gonna
first
be
and
a good
then run out
fight.
of
It's
gas
gonna,
and get smoked.
yeah, that fight gonna be good while he's got a lot of energy in him. Man, you know his problem
Man,
is the
Yard
gas
always
tank.
get beat up. He always get beat up. Same thing he did when he fought Kovalev. He got beat. He was beating Kovalev up, but then he stopped.
Then he got tired. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely ready to push that fight out there. I've seen fights get started where brothers on channels, talk about a fight, and it got, it made it all the way to the top. I think we could do the same thing. Why not? Because I don't want to talk about Tank and damn Jake Paul. That's whack. I'd rather talk about Antoine fighting on that card. I'd rather talk about Jaleel and Xander. I think that's a good fight. Two young brothers at the same age. It's a title fight. They're willing to go out there. They're willing to do anything it takes. You heard what he said. They training for a knockout. So you know Jaleel gonna come to fight. So I think that would be a real good fight. How would Xander handle it? Because Xander can box and move. BBO say he runs, but I think Xander is excellent when he's boxing and moving. But how's he gonna handle Jaleel's assault, So I'd rather do that. And he right.
Yeah.
We do need to push that kind of stuff. We need to start that here. He right. They come to the hood and check in. We don't got 100,000 subscribers over here. But
Not
yet
yet. Yeah.
we will. But the brother, he willing to come to the hood and jump on while he's training, you know what I'm saying? And give us his time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the audio might not be what y'all want and all that. That's why this the hood. You know what I'm saying? And they came tap in with us. So that's love right there, BVO, for sure.
Yeah, that's exciting. What you got on
That's
the
the
free?
love.
My man Free, he must have been walking around. He was quiet on that
Nah,
one.
No,
I'm
Freezy be
I'm
chilling.
driving. I'm driving.
Oh,
But
okay.
nah, I mean everything he said was spot on. I mean, like I said, a lot of these platforms they show love to fighters that don't give them a time of day. But then you have these young guys who come to your platform and you pretty much treat them like that. It's almost like that when you had that girl in school that liked you, that was always around you, but you ain't paid her no attention because you wanted the baddest girl in the school, and the baddest girl in the school ain't pay you no attention. But then when you got older, that young girl that was always around you end up becoming the bad girl. And you like, dang, I should have paid her some attention. It's the same thing
Hmm.
with these young fighters. We're not paying them no attention. They come to our platform, we're not paying them no attention. And then when they become big and then they ain't got no time for us, we like, damn, we should have
Mhm.
went ahead and supported them and pushed them and everything that we could be getting these interviews that everybody else is getting because they paying for the interview. We could have been getting those interviews for free.
Yep. And that's what we do over here. We get the brothers to come check in with us, and it's love, So I just became even a more fan of Jalil Hackett. I already was a supporter, but I'm even more supportive now because his father came up here. He came and Jalil's in there training. So he didn't have to do that. He came on here and talked this ish. And I thought that was love, BVO. I thought, that's a
Yeah.
that's a good step, and I think that we should capitalize off that. And brother Bernard is right, bro. We sit up here and talk about Tank and Jake Paul. They don't come up here. They don't come to the hood. The Hackett's come to the hood. Certain people come tap in with us. So I think we need to, push them more. Talk about them a
Hey,
little
he
bit.
right. I mean, he 100% right because
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna do better. That's all I can say.
We
I'm gonna
going
do
we
better
gonna
at
do
that.
better.
And I'll say this: shout out to everybody showing love, man. Our Carolina Sports Adrian Broner just did 189 views. I want to thank everybody for really really watching the channel because you know what, guys, we really growing, man. People don't realize that this was nothing but just a dream, and to see us really really growing as a channel, man. I can't thank you guys enough for helping us do that because it wouldn't happen without you guys supporting. And it's just that simple. So I'm super thankful for everybody that support, even those who hate for no reason. I love you too, man. So salute to everybody that's showing love.
You
We're gonna get out
deserve
of here.
this.
We're gonna get out of here.
You've been
Hopefully,
working hard, BVO. You deserve this.
appreciate you. Hopefully, we have somebody real special come
Hmm.
tomorrow and Thursday. But I don't want to say that. What I'm gonna start doing, Jugger's gonna see people pop up. I'm not gonna be saying names no more because people can let you down. So let's keep an eye out. I got somebody on special. He got a big fight coming up. So keep your eyes open. I just was texting with him back and forth. So keep your eyes open. I don't know. I don't think my man Dub is going live tonight, but We'll see you guys tomorrow, man. My brother Free is doing Thursday night football, right, Free?
Yeah, I'm be doing Thursday night.
Who
So
played
get
free?
ready.
We got the Seahawks versus Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona's without their starting running back, and so we got a lot to talk about. And then
Connor out?
Yeah, he
we're
out
going
for
to
the
recap
year.
the week 3.
Damn, for the year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's out for the year. Connor's
What
out for
happened
the
to
year.
Connor?
I forgot what he tore something, but I forgot what it was.
Oh
Was
man.
his
He's out for the
ACL
year.
or was that just posted that towards ACL?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna do some research, and then like I said, we're gonna talk about it on Thursday.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so stay tuned in. We see you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna probably definitely cover the Tank second press conference it was on today while we was cooking. So we'll definitely check in for that tomorrow, and I'll have another video out for you guys. See you soon. And we out of here, y'all. Peace.